watch China regionals qualifier. It's their version of the Tacticians Cup. They are in the middle of their group, and right now we're in the semifinals, and we got some good people. We got Flancy today. We got Xunge. We got Liu Li, who's also finished second at Set 6 Worlds. So some really good players were competing. So let's watch how they played their groups, and that's going to be the way we kick off this stream. But how'd you guys enjoy that episode? Was it fun? It's kind of weird. I usually don't talk to people after the podcast. Usually I just go and like flutter off and be like, oh man, another show's done. But yeah. When's the VOD on YouTube? It's gonna be whenever Yenwei finishes editing it for the most part. It's going to be probably in the next day, maybe like end of tomorrow night, because it's kind of like hard to get it turned around very quickly. But Yenwei is usually the guy that works on it. If you guys want to support the podcast, go sub youtube.com/@DTIYDK. That's the best way you can support the channel. Because we use that ad revenue to pay Yenwei. It's not a lot right now. Basically, I think we've made like $40 on it total across the entire show's history. We've made $40 total. Thumbs up. Any extra ad revenue we get from that, we pay Yenwei with it. All right, let's go ahead and check out the tournament, shall we? Okay. If you guys were here for the podcast, I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Okay, we got Flancy, we got Liu Li. Flancy, as you guys might know, one of the best players from China in general. He made it to set 8 worlds and got second, I believe, or was it third, right behind Replay. Xunge is a set 7 world champion. This guy is also very much a beast. Liu Li got second in set 6 worlds. And we have a couple of other people who are like underdogs. We got Yaga, who's also a good player. Chu Ying played yesterday. Wang Shenghuo and Koki. Who's Koki? There's a couple of new faces. I don't know any of these guys, but I'm rooting for handsome guy Carrie. There's a bunch of people who are world's champions or second place runner up, like world's runner up. Let's watch some CN tournaments and see how it goes. Let me pull up my notepad. CN TOC Heroes Cup semifinals Group B round 1 of 6. And this is Artifact Anvil. Boom. I'll be lurking. No worries, no worries. TFT Academy doesn't work. Try a different browser. Sorry to hear that, man. I love VOD reviewing, but I find I get bored. How do you do it for so long? I think I enjoy watching TFT even more than I enjoy playing it. Like playing TFT is definitely really fun for sure. But I don't know. I guess the question is like, how do you enjoy watching your favorite sport or even watching other streamers? It's like the same thing. I get a lot of enjoyment out of watching it. like the thing is, a lot of you guys might be watching this as like a learning mechanism, but I also like watching it as like a way to be entertained as well. So that's the reason why. Oh yeah, player cams. Got a mulch top left. I realize my thing is covering some of the augments. Scorebird Scrapper into Kaisa. Manazane Kaisa. Okay. Built different. So we got Mulch. We got a Gnar player. What looks like to be a Kaisa player. Built different player. So a lot of forecasts.
25，再考虑。3项吧，3项会稳一点。这边选择先把装备给压缩，先打鼓。
For me, watching TFT is more entertainment than learning. Yeah, exactly. Like some people just like watch it because it just feels like a game they enjoy just happening on the background, and they don't have to get encountered. Is Xunge's good on Gnar? Does anyone know? Or is it or is that for like Kindred? Let me see. That's actually kind of an interesting question. Gnar, Kindred, 3-star, Ornn.
我们经常会聊到这个问题，就是金身到底适合哪个战时代？其实目前
Xunge's is bad on both. Okay. Maybe you'll put Xunge's on someone else, but like maybe like Kane or something. All right, we got Drycar's pumping up best friends porcelain emblems Warden Crest. Dude, someone took +1 Warden. Interesting. I don't think I've taken +1 Warden in quite some time. It's a 4.8 at 2-1. That doesn't look very good. His options either were really awkward or he actually knows a line. Maybe like 6 Warden is secretly really OP. I feel like Xunge's is underwhelming. Xunge's is not actually that underwhelming. It's if you put on the right champion. Like it's really good on Syndra, for example, because Syndra's a ramping champion. You just have to know who to put Xunge's on. Oh my god. This Jax is gonna farm 2 gold a round, guaranteed. Porcelain emblem plus the Mogul's Mail, like the damage reduction and the resistances. You know what's so troll? You have this set up and you're like, oh my god, it's so good. And then people are like playing 2 units and they're open fording. So you farm no gold. Morello on Amumu. That's not even that bad, actually, now that I think about it. Amumu actually hits a bunch of champions. Wait, we can't kill this Amumu? Hull Crusher Amumu with Morello. With built diff. Infinite HP. This guy has a plus 1,000 HP just cause. Alright. Doesn't Warding give a Mumu? Yeah, that could be true too. Like you're just like sometimes people pick snipers crest just for the Aphelios. Oh, there's a freaking spatula on the carousel. It's the Teemo spatula. Oh, dude, the Gnar player and the porcelain player. Oh my god. I think this is one of my least favorite encounters. Like I know people talk about the Radiant ones, for example, but like this one is just utter nonsense. Like it's definitely like fun for fun, and like if you don't take it seriously, it's like actually really fun carousel. But this one's like I roll my eyes on it. Yeah, like you're the build different player. Like what does the build different player even take, man? The build different player. Oh, nice. I have a spatula. Like what can you even do? What can you even do with the build different like you just have to pray for another spatula. Like what do you even do? Hey, just want to thank you for such making WTFT videos and helping me learn the game, even though I hate regular League. You're welcome. I think we can all agree TFT is a great game, and also we all hate League of Legends. I mean, we like don't hate League, but like we love to hate League, or we want to love League, but we don't. We hate League. I mean, any of the above kind of actually sounds right. He gets Fawn. Oh, I don't know about that. Encounter. What's this encounter? Morgana gives you 7 gold or what? Your next 2 cost gets upgraded? Is that what it is? Your next 2 cost, it's Stars are Born for 2 cost or 7 gold. By the way, this guy streaking with all 1 stars built different. Duplicator on the bench as well.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Deal.
Stormy Blast, thank you for the 8 months. Riot killed Flex Spat, so now you either play a comp that uses Spat really well or you fight. I mean, the Flex Spat is Heavenly. And also, Ghostly is kind of Flex. Like, Heavenly Spat's actually really Flex. If you're like, I can't fit a single Heavenly unit in my comp, then I just don't think you're thinking broad enough. You're definitely not thinking broad enough. Also, on the very like porcelain emblem is also a flex spat because you always can play Lissandra on your board. So because then you can enable porcelain emblem, which is actually really good. So there's actually several flex spats. You know what? The more I think about it, I don't know if I agree with your take. Oh, this guy got the Xunge got the Gnar 2-star 2 cost, but he didn't take the 7 golds. He just got to Gnar 2, so now he has 5 Gnars like that, like a beast. 2 Dryad emblems. No Gnar items though. The trade-off is he has no Gnar. Oh, never mind. Just drops a Titans. Oh, second Titans component. Oh, wait, he has a BT. Oh, never mind. He has perfect items. Oh, amazing. Dude, you already know that this guy is using a beauty filter. He's wearing cat ears headphones, and he has a beauty. Like his lips are so pink. His lips are so pink, man. he has like full on Maybelline, man. I mean, look, if you want to put on a beauty filter when you stream, totally go for it, man. I'm not judging that. I'm not judging that. Warden Emblem, Rage Blade, and a Gambler's Blade. Interesting. Boiling Point? Oh, so weird. You got Boiling Point when he's playing Gnar. Heavy hitters. Those are just world champ strats. World champ strats. The rest 2 seems like a waste. I think his front line is like kind of meh. I think I can get behind it. It is expensive though. You're not wrong. It is expensive. I don't know about the Warden spat, you guys. The Warden spat. Does this dude think that he's playing Aphelios, like Bastion Aphelios or Sentinel Ari? Like, what does he think he's doing? He's trying to go 6 Warden. 6 Warden with like Rage Blade Aphelios in the back or something like that. Rage Blade, Gambler's Blade in the back. It's a built different player running over. This is a really good sign because the built different player is streaking. So we beat the strongest person in the lobby. Oh wait, we have his heart rate. 107. That seems believable. Dude, previously China had their heart rates up and it was like 160. Like they were literally having a heart attack on stream. I'm pretty sure it wasn't permitted. It was probably like beats per 90 seconds or something like that. It had to have been. It was no way. Some of you guys have watched that, right? Like some of the VODs where they have like ridiculously high heart rates. Zoe too. He's playing AP Porcelain. Oh, he's got 3 Exalted in. Combat Caster, Best Friend, Slamming. Training Gold. Oh my god, Jackson. He just got umbrolled. The Jackson's at 36, and then he just got umbrolled. Dude, Darius won. This is Darius won. Hold on a second. Darius 1 just beat a level 7 board. Oh man. Oh my god. That Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it was 3 item Darius 1, but yeah. What are we watching? We're watching the Chinese tournament. The CN TOC Heroes Cup Semi-Group Finals Group B. Featuring Xunge, Flancy, Liu Li, and more. This is a qualifier. This is like basically the equivalent of what's happening this weekend for North America and EU and stuff like that.
莫甘娜的设计的效率是很高的，也没问题。他可能考虑到设计者认
Unless you're asking about the game, we're watching a game called Teamfight Tactics.
没有坦克，就是没有那种回血或者生命。
The only esport that North America is good at,
凯里的三件套还是比较重要的。对的。
besides Madden
更适合两套物
and Call of Duty.
不过也是，可能是那个他是拿的是第二个是神圣刷新是吧？对的对的，他拿第二个拿了之后就短了。考虑到那个海克斯比较强势嘛，可以狠狠的地。
Scoreboard Scrapper, AD Ari, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, Mana Zane Ari.
这边
We're just coming off of Valorant. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
他这个冲榜到后面会，
We are cracked at Valorant.
而且
We are cracked at Valorant.
最佳好友的。
Nice job, Sentinels.
选量如果等会锁住能冲到前四的时候，基本上是战力大爆发。这边的话是考虑应该是一个斗射，斗射的话产值。
But like, you know, it's not like they released in China or anything like that on time. China's playing from behind. I say give it a couple of years. Don't worry, you guys. There's still time. Good old North American worth ethic will kick in soon enough.
那就看这个8级的地牌怎么样了。对的。尽管区飞这边应该是稍微低了一点的吧，钱不是很多。
What's different about TFT allows it to be an exception for esports NA is good at? Because I think it's because in North America we are really good at one thing, which is capitalism. We're really good with money management. That's all Americans know how to do. And so TFT is a game where in the end, if you really think about it, it's all just money management. And we're really good at exploiting that. So we have an inherent cultural bias towards being good at TFT.
其实他也不差钱的，主要是。这边爱惜地到了，差一张兵女。两星凯影拿针用，怎么下？可以下狙击？这大嘴是忍者吗？可能雷克。
3 exalted, 5 porcelain. Kane 2 at 4-1. That seems reasonable to me. He's not committing to slamming though because he probably wants to keep. I mean, you could just put some items onto other. Like you can put like a glove on Kane or something like that. Maybe he actually wants like Edge of Night. I see. So he's gonna give up slamming value for 1 turn and just focus on his transition. I think that's good. A lot of people actually end up focusing too much on slamming. He put a vest on his Nautilus. Okay. A little weird. Sivir makes you speedy. Dude, this encounter low-key is actually stressful as hell because I don't know about you, but it really messes up my carousel. Sometimes I like move too fast. I move too I see people pick the wrong item a lot on carousel with the Sivir encounter. Slamming value every turn is a noob trap unless you literally get dropped BIS items. Well, yeah, and sometimes you can get away with it. Like, you know, for example, it doesn't really matter. Oh, he has lucky gloves. That's crazy. Now he gets slamming value because he can just slam like TG. Oh, interesting. I kind of want it on Lilia. Oh, he's gonna eventually move Porcelain, Gunblade, tier item on Lilia. Okay, I see. Okay, that's some flex gaming. He's playing Kane 2 Porcelain with within the Invoker Ash line. This is the Warden player. Warden's playing. What set is this guy playing? He's playing Radiant Rageblade, Last Whisper. This is set 7 Zaya. Dude, she's not Rage Wing Sure Shot or Swift Shot. Like what? What build is this, man? He's playing Warden on Kaisa. Okay, man. This guy's going 8th. This guy's going 8th. I literally haven't seen like Rage Blade, Last Whisper, Gambler's Blade, Zaya since for like 3 sets. Do you think this meta it's good to do a hard pivot at level 8? It can be, yeah. The problem with level 8 boards is a lot of them are expensive. And if you end up pivoting but not having enough gold, like the gold pivot to level 8 boards can be very, very expensive. So not only just the 4 costs, but even like rolling for 1s and 2 costs. Let's say you're in a situation where you get really good items for Heavenly Cane. Pivoting into Heavenly Cane when you don't have a single Heavenly unit is really expensive because you have to roll a lot to get Malphite, you have to roll a lot to get Kiana, roll a lot to get Nico. On top of the 4 costs, so full pivots are kind of hard to pull off, which is why like playing fluid boards and flexible boards are really good. It's why Silas is getting more popular, because Silas doesn't really need that much setup. You like the trait agnostic units are doing a lot better than the ones that are more specific on things. Trash to treasure. Someone took trash to treasure. 2 lucky gloves. Okay. Stationary support 2. I mean, the stats really love that augment, but personally, that augment really doesn't work out for me. I always get like gem and chalice or something like that. This guy had 5 Naruto 2-7 and 6 at 4-4. I mean, he has Alawi 3. How hilarious is that? He found 1 Nar and like 8 Alawis. That's pretty funny. He has 3 Exalted in. It has to be like Lux, Rek'Sai, Shen, or something like that. That's nuts. 6 Nars, 5 Kindreds, 5 Shens. I mean, his spot is still really good. He's at 85 HP. His spot's not bad. His spot's actually quite good still.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Thanks for the baker's dozen. Enjoy the new parent time.
AX, thank you for the baker's dozen as well. Cuts both ways. I will. Next, for people who don't know, next week the baby is coming. The baby is coming. I'll be taking a break from streaming. I'll still be posting YouTube videos because that'll be easy to do, like an hour to like film and record a YouTube video. Like I can prep for an hour, step away, prep for another hour, step away, then record for an hour. Like I can do that in a day. It's gonna be hard to do like a stream. So I'll be taking a break. I understand if you guys want to go somewhere else, drop your subs in other places. I'll get it. I'll be back later in the month after a few weeks. Oh my god, we just got like 8-0 wiped. Wait, this is a build different board? Oh.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Congrats. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Pink Ward. Pretty sure this dude took Zonia's over Justifying to put it on Nar. Is that really correct? I mean, one way to think about it is that Defiance doesn't do anything against Lissandra, but Zonia's does. Stops at least a little bit from him being targeted. My cat's been very affectionate lately. She's been like really like all over us lately. I think she knows my wife is pregnant. She's grooming me right now. I gifted a sub. Oh, thank you, Team Ricardo, for the prime. Team Ricardo. When I see Ricardo, I think of Daniel Ricardo. I don't think he's having the best season. Actually, I think his drive in China was actually not bad. I haven't been following as closely to the F1 season as I want to. Just been too busy just doing stuff. D3 Soju, you're a great streamer. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, D3 Soju. See you at the beginning of next set. Specifically, 1 week into the set. Doing okay outside of being Hearthstone Emerald. It's okay. If I played League of Legends, I wouldn't get out of bronze. Once upon a time, I was like a diamond League of Legends player, but or sorry, I was a platinum League of Legends player, and I always said I could get to diamond, but I was hard stuck like plat 1 for the longest time. I'm terrible at league. This was back when they had that. This is back when they also had Elo. That's when I played TF or played League of Legends. Wow, I can't even talk. Okay, early Wukong, 7 Heavenly, Morgana 2, red buff Soraka. I've been seeing a lot of people actually ditch things like the 7 Heavenly because it's not that good of a bonus. And then you take out things like Soraka and you play like Irelia with that red buff, for example. I think it's becoming more common. Do 5 cost disable build different? If they have a mythic trait, aka the orange trait on top, they do. Come on down. Being better at TFT is cooler. Wait, do you guys think being better at TFT is cooler than being better at League of Legends? Up to a certain point, right? After a certain point, being better at League is cooler. Like being Faker level is pretty cool. Being Chovy level is pretty cool. But being like just good enough to like stomp solo queue, but not good enough to make NA challengers, like Challenger League or whatever, NALCS, but challengers, probably not that cool. Like compared to being good at TFT. Being NA challenger, being NA LOL challengers bed, NA TFT challengers this. I mean, NA TFT challengers competitive these days. It's really hard. You guys saw what happened in the cup, right? NA cleared LATAM and Brazil. You can't say you're good at League because then you're perceived as being stinky and don't take showers. Wait a second, League players don't take showers? I thought League players don't go outside. I thought that they don't touch grass, whatever they like. But surely they like bathe. Surely they have hygiene. Dude, this board is so cracked. I'm pretty sure this guy can win out the rest of the game if he hits Azir. Wait, he's still stuck on Gnar 2. Oh my god, this guy is actually still just playing Gnar 2. Never mind, I thought he had Gnar 3. We don't. I like that you speak on behalf of the entire player base. Wait a second, Gnar 2 is still just crushing everything. I mean, he 3-starred Alawi and Kindred. What happened to the Gamba coin flip? Oh, okay, you're talking about like the casino thing. It was because it was too disruptive to the stream. People would like redeem it during my podcast. They would redeem it during the co-stream, and they would redeem it during other stuff. And it was just like it was an inappropriate time, and they started getting mad at me. 6 Gallios. Some people started getting like really mad at me because I wasn't doing it to like whatever, like scam my channel points. Like they weren't saying it unironically. And so it was just like, it kind of was like a few people ruined it for everybody else. I just didn't want to deal with the harassment about it anymore. We can still do a coin flip Gamba if you guys want for old times sake. Okay, this guy did build different on a Kaisa, but then put trick shot in for Kaisa. Is that worth? I feel like you. Okay, he lost by like 1 million units, but I feel like you still want build different value, even though you don't get trick shot. Also, the Warden guy went 6 Warden, 4 Porcelain, and is playing Radiant Rageblade Ash 1. Never mind, this guy cooked. He has Ghostly Porcelain. Okay, he ended up just playing Warden Ash. Interesting. 6 Warden Ash. I mean, it doesn't sound bad if you get Lysandra and 4 Porcelain. That sounds good. Why is he playing trick shot? I don't know. I think that's actually bait. I think maybe he got maybe he was losing too much and got frustrated with his Kaisa and decided to tech it in, but I think that's worse. Ooh, Udyr too. League players can't admit that they play League IRL. I have 3 friends that play League, and we finally learned that we all play League like 3 months ago. That's funny. Why are League players embarrassed to talk about that they play League of Legends? I'm not embarrassed that I play TFT. Although explaining TFT to people who aren't like part of the core gaming circles, like explaining it to people who are like, "Oh, you're a streamer," like, you know, I'm like at the hospital, something like that with my wife. They're like, "What do you do?" They're like, "Oh, you know, I work at a game company and I also stream." They're like, "Oh, you stream? What games do you stream?" I stream a game called Teamfight Tactics. They're like, "Oh, what's that?" And then I realized I'm stuck. I have to try to explain what TFT is. And so I'm like, well, it's like this strategy game, but like it plays itself, and you just like you like buy units every round, and then they're like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. So after that incident, I'm just like, you know, it's like League of Legends, but like a tower defense game of it. And they're like, oh, okay, cool, that sounds interesting. I just say like tower defense League of Legends, like, oh, okay. Like Bloons. Like Bloons and League of Legends had a baby. That's what I say. Like, oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Kind of hype. Okay, we're down to our top 3. He's actually not. He has a duplicator on the bench, and he's still not going for. He's still greeting above 50. He's at 55 HP though, so like he's trying to play for the win out. He wants to roll to hit Shen 3 and Gnar 3. Oh, he printed the Hui. I see. I missed the Hui. Ah, okay. That's actually smart. Using Hui second couple rounds in the late game to print another Gnar. Levels to 9. It feels a little troll though, because you could roll at 8 for Ornn 2 and Shen 2 and Shen 3 and Gnar 3, and you have 25% odds. It's not even that bad. It feels like those would be significant improvements to our board. Sniper Lilia. Cassandra potted the Gnar again. Do you guys think Quicksilver is Bis Gnar? Like, how do you deal? This Lissandra 1 just checked our Gnar for 30 seconds straight. I feel like if I don't have Quicksilver or something like that from a Gnar, he just gets bullied. I don't know. Maybe another Dryad Emblem. In Poland, we say TFT are chess for idiots, and it works. Sure. How about chess slot machine? That actually might be a little bit too accurate. This guy has a Zir 2 in his shop. QSS feels shit on Gnar. Is it even that bad in the data? I feel like it's not even that bad in the data. I'm gonna go ahead and look it up. Gnar 3 items. Okay. Quicksilver. It's actually pretty good stats. Oh wow, it's actually very good stats. Hold on a second. It's actually the best performing build of Gnar without rating items. If you look at Gnar, if you take out all the rating items, it's BT, Quicksilver, Titans, and then Titans double healing. Titans double healing. These are the 3 best builds you can put on Gnar, according to data. But that's a simplistic look. I'm sure you have to look at it a little bit closer, depending on other things. But that's first pass on a first pass. There's ways you can filter it to make it more accurate as well. Either way, even if it's not the best version of it, it's the data implies that it has to be at least good. Liz is mega. I mean, Lissandra is like to say Lissandra is mega broken isn't even really selling it. I'm pretty sure Lissandra might be like in contention for not the most broken 5 cost ever, because that's like Pantheon from set 1. But like he's like SS tier, but like in terms of like S tier 5 costs, historically she's up there. She's up there. We're thinking about like 1-star Yone from set 4. We're thinking about Gangplank from set 3, Rebels, right? What else is up there? What else is up there? He hit Shen 3. Samira, she wasn't that crazy. Akshan wasn't that crazy when you released. Oh, Silco. How can I remember? Release Silco from set 6.5. That guy was just absolutely disgusting. So yeah, she's up there. She's up there. She's up there. Do you guys remember Silco at release? Oh my god, that guy was just busted. He would actually give blue buffs on 2 champions, and then they would explode for AoE damage. It was crazy. Oh my god, the first iteration of Silco was turbo busted. Okay, not a surprise. The Gnar player actually won out. Wait, actually, hold on a second. He ended up teching in that Aurelia. That's interesting. I like that for the shred for the Gnar. I like that. That's good attention to detail. Also, small things like this Lux being here to try to trap this Ashe is also a good play as well. A lot of small, subtle good plays. Also, he finally upgraded his board. He finally hit Shen 3, Ornn 2. Like, the problem with Dryad is that they keep scaling. The reason why Heavy Hitters is so broken on Dryad is because Dryad keeps stacking infinite HP. He even has Cybernetic Bulk, and then Heavy Hitters converts that. And so he's just scaling and scaling and scaling, and then like if you just can't kill it fast enough, they just go infinite on you. So. Gnar boards are very good. Very good. Dryad infinite scaling is very OP. Oh, it was 5 exalted as well? Oh, I missed that. It was 5 exalted? Wait, where is it? How come they don't show that board? They just keep showing the other board. Oh, they did. They're right here. 5 exalted. Oh, he actually had that. Sorry, I was too busy yapping. My bad. By the way, they have like literal players commentate. Like the people who are commentating, there's no casters. It's just players. This is Ahau. He competed in the previous semifinals group, and he's like a tournament. He's like a regionals winner. That's who cast. It's like basically they have like the equivalent of like Kurum and Robin casting. Who's stronger, you or Robin songs? I mean, what, like mentally, physically, emotionally? I mean, physically, maybe me. Robin might have the height advantage, but you know, I might have the weight advantage. I'm a weight class above Robin, maybe. I don't know. But Robin has an old man strength, you know. So maybe I'm underestimating him. Robin also probably has better mental than I do, because I just have to read his chat, and yeah, I don't know how he does it. Actually, that's not even smart for me to say, because I'm pretty sure my audience has a decent crossover with Robin. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Do they have a Soju? They have a most popular streamer. His name is Hong Lien. But Soju, the degree of how much more popular Soju is than other people, they don't have that kind of separation. They just have a most popular streamer. His name's Hong Lien. Hong Lien is like, I think, where Setsuko is relative to other people. But you know how like above Setsuko is Soju in a tier by himself, and I don't think there's any way like that in China. I actually think Robin's chat is like the funniest on Twitch. because like
这个
I
花过度或者是
don't know. I feel like the inside jokes on Robin streams stay funny longer.
表带的话有点
Like it has longer shelf
因为
time.
花的话玩合日眼
Maybe it's because of Robin, but I'm pretty sure Robin's chat is the funniest on Twitch. Like the other jokes on other streamers, like they don't last that long.
护卫
The shelf life on them are pretty bad.
带莲花的话其实没人拿重伤的，日眼是可以用的。
对，
神域这一套就会有安妮。
没有适合的人去带。
对的，
It's like Safeway quality stuff elsewhere, and then Robin's is like Whole Foods. Actually, Whole Foods before Amazon bought it.
他应该是也喜
These
欢
days, what do I have locally? In Seattle, there's a place called Met Market that's just like that. Ooh, ethereal blades, top right.
对，先杀一下，一也可以杀掉。
还是很稳，还是你了解他。
I like ethereal blades a lot. He has no bows though. He's no bows. Playing Shen reroll with no bows is like
他可能因为
kind
这
of
个
dicey because you want 3 bows ideally, maybe
如
even
果没开到那几个，他觉得会做得好。
maybe at least 2.
就如果说你没
For
有
double
开
rage
到这种
blade.
体系或者是天
Is
下
Huanmei playing this? No, this is a different platform. This is Douyu.
对吧？那后面
Huanmei plays on Huya.
但是如果拿个运营的战力海克
Douyu is like Huya is like Twitch, and Douyu is like
青花瓷的，所以他不敢拿那个。
YouTube gaming. And Billy is like
换怪，
actually Billy is like YouTube gaming. Because it actually is much more known for its VODs
日走吧，
than its videos than actually its streaming platform.
本命英雄。
Billy is like the YouTube,
可能是有考虑到要吃极星。
and then Huya, Douyu are like Twitch. So maybe it's more like
没有牌
like Mixer. Kick.
会不会选择吃？
Oh god, does anybody stream TFT on Kick?
可以考虑的，这个真可以考虑吃30。
感觉他也换不了几个怪。这个
I'd be super surprised. Wait a second. Do you guys see what I see? Someone took another duelist. Yesterday when we watched Group A, 2 people took duelist augments. This guy took duelist augment as well. I think China might actually like duelists. This is the 3rd person we've seen take duelists.
哦，卖了，直接全卖。
像领导的都卖掉了。哦，这边有人要空城，啊，那没事。
I took Ethereal Blades one time and went the fastest AF.
现在的话好像
Oh, don't worry. It's actually good. It's actually really good. You just have to have the good spot for it. You can't just pick it every single time you see it.
最早的都是最早的时候，
And I think that's a good thing about Hero Augments. You know why people love Hero Augments now as opposed to
因为上个赛季的时候
previous
有一段
sets when Hero Augments was the main mechanic is because you get to choose. You get to opt into it.
那个连败都没了。
对，那个就很
You get to
伤。
opt into it. So you get to understand when it's good versus not. Or you can just force it and have fun with it. But you understand that, like, you know it's probably not that good. Like, deep down.
这一波直接空城只入了3。
But when you're forced to every single time, it's like,
有点
wow.
不好啊，两家空城的他这边的陪伴没有遇到。他这个外面两家卖
I play TFT on Kick. I literally gamble on stake and then play TFT.
先碰的可能就拿人口了，早就。可惜
I mean, you could have just said the first half of that sentence. I just gamble on stake. Or I guess you just gamble a lot on Twitch or on Kick. Or on either, I guess. It depends on what you stream.
就不行。对吧？有3个
I don't get it. You just start your stream playing TFT
那就是
or you're gambling on stake. What's the diff? Am I right? Something Gamba Simulator.
那就是血赚。后面3波碰的话，那也还行，就是已经回本了。
连3波碰的话，基本上
Riven adds another defensive component.
对，到时候也不怕赢不了。
这边还有
Or is it just another component? I see a lot of offensive components. It could be defensive.
这边是有一把羊刀的。
无尽青雨配件已经就位
Duelist is quite good in this meta since right now it's about prolonging fights for Ash scaling, but Duelist ends it quickly.
攻一个红 buff 也很舒服。
I don't know why the stats don't favor it. Yeah, that's a really interesting thing. Stats are
这个版本很热门的装备。
quite bad on Duelist.
砍射头盔直接做了。
The stats are quite bad on Duelist. And so a lot of top players this weekend are probably not going to pick Duelist emblems
那大部
or
分
Duelist augments. But China does.
给不了了，
给提莫嘛，反正现在
Do you guys want to do something? Okay.
也不是不行，但是很
Who here loves hate watching? I'm about to give you some fucking ammo. You guys, this actually is gonna make you a Frodan regular viewer because what you're gonna do is you're gonna be like,
打过吗？
I watched it on the China stream. When you see
很硬。
your favorite streamer that you love hate watching this weekend
所以放了2个技能的雷
go bot 4,
应该是赢了。
那这样的话，本来这
and they had extended duel or duelist +1 as available as an augment
陪
choice,
伴到了1回合。
just drop the question in the chat. Was it not extended duel? No? Wasn't it? What about just taking duelist +1? Wasn't it there? Wasn't it good there? No. Just drop that question, and then they're gonna go off. They're gonna go off, and you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck would you ever think that? That's terrible." Who did? I'd be like, "Well, I watched on Frodan stream that the Chinese players were playing that in the semifinals and doing well with it because they did. The two duelist players did well with it. And what are they supposed to say? They're gonna be like, "Oh, China's bad" or whatever like that. I'm like, okay, bro. Like person playing in day 1 of a cup, China's bad, sure. Anyways, I just gave you so much ammo, and that's what we do. You come to my stream so you can get the ammo to hate watch other people. Boom. Break the mental of your favorite streamer that you love to hate watch. If you get banned though, I actually mod some of those channels, so you could always ask me for unban requests. Dude, you're just asking an innocent meta question. Like, don't be rude. Come on, man. These streamers, their ego is so big. They're honestly just asking a question. Come on, man. They just want to learn more about TFT. That's the worst part about it. Hate watchers always just be like, dude, I'm just asking a question, man. Knowing exactly what they're typing. They know exactly what they like. They know it's about tone. It really wasn't about the question. They know exactly what they're doing. They're like, oh man, why are you so mad? I'm just asking a question. Dude, you guys already know. You already know. Don't even pretend. Okay, anyways. Clear Mind. This augment's so hard to play. I feel like Clear Mind is so much worse than Clutter. It's always been worse than Clutter Mind, but I feel like Clear Mind's like especially bad now. Like compared to like Clutter Mind and Raining Gold and Epoch and everything else. Like it just feels like you don't streak and you you just lose streak. And then and you roll and you miss anyways. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Wait, he's actually win streaking though with a 3 streak, 95 HP. Never mind, this guy's a beast. Leo Lee is a very, very good player. He got second at Set 6 World Championships, and he regularly gets the final lobbies. He doesn't make it. He doesn't make it to like the top cut that advances a lot of times in terms of like a qualifier, but he gets the final lobby pretty often. He's a good player. He often also knows tech. Like he actually usually is like a little bit further ahead of the meta in terms of tech. He's not like a woke player, but he's willing to play some like woke stuff if that makes sense. Because he knows some tech. But then why'd you decide not to draft Dish Soap? What are you talking about? I definitely decided to draft Dish Soap. What are you talking about? I think Disso was the right move, but Frodan is still. Oh, you mean for the fantasy draft? Oh yeah, I mean, okay. So part of the reason why, I didn't draft Dish Soap was because I didn't know where values were gonna drop for fantasy. If you guys are wondering like about fantasy draft stuff, it's just that I didn't know where the values were gonna land. So I wanted to. Also, historically, every time I drafted Dish Soap, something unlucky happens to him in tournament. Like, you guys don't understand. I like Dish Soap. That's why I didn't draft him on my fantasy team. I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike anybody I draft on my fantasy team, but like, being drafted by me sometimes has like a big risk involved. And Dish Soap's my buddy at TFT Academy. I kind of need him to do well in tournaments.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I don't know if he even wants to be drafted by me. The Fish, thank you for the prime, buddy. Spatula on carousel. Like, does this really like? You can ask him. Is he streaming? Ask him next time. Did you want to? Are you mad that Frodan didn't draft you on fantasy? He's gonna be like, no. Why would I? No. followed by a long pause, and then probably talk about how like no, he doesn't want to be drafted because then there's like a fantasy curse or something like that.
一个拳套，后面的话这个拳套
Sorry, I was just asking. Oh, he did the thing. He did the thing. He did the thing. Oh, sorry, I'm just asking a question, man. No need to be rude about it. I'm not bad. It's all good.
还好吧，其实他血量也还相对比较健康，没掉特别多的血，就是前没有赢特别多。感觉他有这么多肉装的话，其实他的铠影很急需一个夜。
How's the meta? Can I play TFT again? If you love playing forecasts, and if you're the Lissandra Whisperer,
铠影基本上要对个夜刃会稍微好一点。
and if you hate reroll, you're gonna love this patch. Honestly, this patch is like the people that like this patch love this patch, and the people that don't like this patch hate this patch. I don't feel like many people are on like the middle fence of this patch. I'm pretty sure this patch is like it evokes an emotion. Like you either like it or you either like it a lot or you dislike it a lot. There's only a few people who have told me that they felt like the patch is like eh. People like either will be like, yes, finally, stop rerolling my lobbies. I can play 4 costs. I can flex. Unit costs make sense. 4 and 5 costs should be better than 1s and 2s and 3 costs. I get to like spend a bunch of gold and flex my 4 costs and play dual carry. They love all that. Other people are just like, why is like 2/3 of the cast useless? And like all it doesn't really matter what I buy. You just buy like Lissandra. Like why they kill everything that's not like playing a 4 cost comp. Right? There's like a lot of people who think that. So it's a very divisive patch. It's fascinating because if you go within some competitive circles, a lot of people at the competitive level think this is like it's actually a good patch. It's actually like not just like not like an okay patch. They like it. They think it's good. And if you visited r/teamfight tactics, you would be convinced that people think it's the worst set or the worst patch and possibly one of the worst sets ever. I mean, a lot of TFT players naturally think that it's like if they don't like it, it's the worst set ever because that's just like the way we communicate about our ideas. A lot of people just are inclined to exaggerate. But a lot of TFT players in general have stated their extreme dislike for this patch. Some people are really elitist about it too. They're like, oh, well, too bad, reroll player. You have to use your brain now. And it's like, hey, dude, you're not helping. Like, if you're trying to convince other players why this patch is good, that is like the worst possible like diplomacy tactic I've seen. Oh my god. That was so close. Duelists. All right, you guys, look at this. Duelist tempo. First in the lobby. It's Scuttle Puddle too. They're gonna be like, dude, you can't play in a lobby that caps super high, man. It's Scuttle Puddle. I don't think they're trying to convince them. Yeah, that's true. They're just being toxic in general. This patch is not noob friendly. Yeah. And that's not a good thing. You kind of need elements of TFT to be noob friendly. Not everyone is playing this game so that they could apply for the Microsoft Excel Championships 2025. Not everybody wants to play TFT like with 3 monitors as if they're on the International Space Station, like looking at all the numbers and data and be like, well, actually, this is like a 10th better. Ooh. Pushes glasses farther up the nose, you know? Not everyone wants to sweat that hard. Some people just want to like feel like they can play TFT and not have to deal with griefing teammates or the general toxicities of playing a multiplayer game online. They just want to do their thing, and if like their favorite champion is Kog'Maw and Kog'Maw is just not viable at all, I mean he is in the sense of this comp, but it's like that sucks. They don't like it, even if they have like the god spot for it. Some people just want to play TFT and have fun. I know, using the F word on stream. They want to have fun. Can you stop attacking me about my Excel skills? I don't doubt your Excel skills. Some of you guys are incredibly good at Microsoft Excel. Let me tell you that. Wait a second. These items on Silas are really good. Blue buff Edge of Night. Okay, if you guys want to know the real tech going into this weekend, people who know how to play Silas are going to have a really big edge over people who don't for tomorrow. This weekend, people who know how to play Silas. The thing about Silas is it's not. This guy sold a Silas 2 with blue buff Edge of Night to play Lilia in the front row with blue buff Edge of Night. For the synergies. Okay, he won, but did you need to do it this turn? I guess he gets the mythic stacking started. It's 3 Invoker. I don't know about that one. Lily, okay, it's not a front line. It's not a front row Lily div. Like, come on. He won by like 5 units. It's because he has Ash 2 and like an unkillable front line. Maybe he wanted to recover his economy. Maybe he thought he was strong enough that he recovered his econ. I don't know. Maybe he wants maybe he just wants to start stacking his mythic. Oh, Sunfire, time to frontline Lilia. You know what to do, buddy. We need anti-heal. Sunfire to make Annie stronger. Wait, this guy is filthy rich. Skips Ornn 2. How is he rolling and hitting a 2-star 4? Does he have high-end shopping? He's at level 8. He doesn't buy a 0-2. Okay, that's understandable. In a sense that like he didn't find a way to fit it in, but you buy this as 0-2 always. You always buy it. Thoughts on Dragonlord Irelia? Do you think its spike is too high? I just think that it's Dragonlord Irelia and like 5 costs around Dragonlord Irelia can be very good. It's just very, very hard to get to because pragmatically speaking, you're going to be playing either contested lines that make you cap out lower, or you're just not going to hit all this stuff. But its cap is very high. It's just a comp that you can't play very often. It's on the rare side. It's kind of like why a lot of people in their minds know that 5 costs is still like the best thing you could play. Like playing Azir, Hui, Irelia, Rakan, Wukong, Lissandra, Udyr, plus like 2 other units that synergize is actually like the cap.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Can rarely catch your streams live, but your COS streams have been a blast. Keep it up.
Thank you, Reaps. Enjoy having you as well. I appreciate anybody's able to catch any part of the stream, regardless of whether it's VODs or random co-streams or even watching these kinds of VODs. I'm pretty sure most people know that if you get dropped into a spot and you want to build a board, you still want to build around these really crazy powerful 5 costs. It's just that it's just really, really hard to get there. Really, really hard to get there. And why play something that caps like 10 to 15% higher when it's like 5 times as hard to get? You can just play like the 4-cost board and get pretty good results, and oh well, I guess you get second if you don't cap high enough. I think that's the big thing about Kai'Sa. A lot of people don't cap Kai'Sa correctly because they're busy just making sure to secure the top 2 with like 4 trick shot, 4 bruiser. But like, you can't convince me that the best version of Kai'Sa at the end is playing like Aatrox 2 and like a Teemo. Yes, it's good to get you there, but you can't like late game. You need way better stuff than that. But it can win lobbies if you play high enough tempo, or like the game is aggressive enough where like it's only 1 or 2 more fights, so you just don't have time to cap higher. Like, I'm not saying Teemo is bad, Ash. I'm just saying that like you can't convince me that's like the highest version. Oh, sorry, highest version cap of these Kai'Sa boards. But most people will cap out around 4 trick shot, 4 bruiser. With little buddies, Aatrox 2. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, situationally, it can be like good for sure. But like, would you rather play like Azir 2 and Xayah, like Azir plus Ornn plus like Lysandra and like yes, I would 100%.
哦，有想法。人家对战，刚好外面好像这家是不用开影的。
This guy is Lysandra 2, Heavenly Lee. Heavenly.
涛哥这边就是他没有开影的，刚好这边。
A lot of people are teching in random Irelias on their board, by the way, these days. Especially on the Heavenly board. We talked about this earlier. Throwing a random Irelia to complement the Lee Sin. Just like Irelia plus Heavenly stats. T-Soap had a theory that Irelia is item agnostic. And the reality is you just need to get stats on her. That's why like item stats on Irelia are so inconsistent. This guy has 6 canes, by the way. Or is he 6 canes? Yeah, I don't think he has cane 2 on the board. Like what you really care about Irelia is just getting stuff that says plus stats. If you're like agonizing over Infinity Edge, okay, Infinity Edge over GS over like Gunblade versus Runons, like that, like it doesn't kind of matter. Just like get 3 items on Irelia and good supporting stuff. Like Exalted is really good here. Heavenly is good, and then all these other support things like Dragon Lord, I guess Sage, so on and so forth. Yeah, Deathblade. Is Size meant to be 3rd row in the stage comp? Oh, you know, there's actually debate about that now. There's some players who think that he's always frontline. There's some players that think he's always back 2 rows, and then there's some players who think that, like me, that think that situationally you put him in the front or the back. I made a Silas guide yesterday that's going to come out on YouTube, and I wrote that you can put him in the front 2 rows and the back 2 rows. In reality, there's probably going to be an optimization that puts Silas more closer to the front than the back, but there's going to be times where it's probably going to be like a 70-30 split or something like that, like 80-20 split. Like maybe for every 10 scenarios that Silas is in, he probably wants to be in the front row like 8 times. Maybe back row 2 times. The thing is, we're still exploring him. Like, I think anybody who says they understand Silas fully is kind of, you're either bullshitting yourselves or you're a player that's like just a genius. You're a savant at TFT. I think, like, we can't even position him correctly in a lot of fights because he just seems random to us. But I'm pretty sure there's a way you can position Silas to get the wrap on backline units consistently. I just don't know how to do it. Silas is actually low-key an assassin. Like he kills like this unit here and then he just starts targeting the Ash. But like it's hard to get it to do it consistently. You kind of have to be a genius to do it consistently. This guy has Lysandra. Oh wait, this is the Kane 2 Morgana 2 on the bench. Dude, Xunge is crushing. Set 7 world champion. Going back to the whole like little buddies thing, even having like 2 units for little buddies is nice, right? You might be thinking like, okay, like little buddies, that's not like that much value. Late game, you don't need that much little buddies value. How silly is it that people think, like, do you guys really think that the capped version of this comp plays like these one cost cog and 1 cost lux? Like, how OP is everything else that those units are such negative delta that you'd rather just play a 1-star cog? Literally just down a unit. He doesn't do anything, but he's so important for the team synergy. Oh man, you can literally play a dead unit. That's how good the comp is. It's actually a 7 unit comp or an 8 unit comp. Yeah, this guy has to sell and roll. He sold. He's rolling for Kane 3. He missed. He's rolling for Lysandra 2. Oh, we hit. What? This guy hits Ash 3? He hit Ash 3 after this guy sold Morgana and Kane 2 back into the pool. Is that right? Someone just introduced like 6 to 7 more units into the pool, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll just roll 2 more times and hit Ash 3. That doesn't sound right. I mean, this guy did pull more Kaisers out of the pool, I guess. Crazy. Is there any comp that can run Morg as a primary, or is she Douyu? Morg is not really a primary carry, unfortunately. She's like Hui. She's like an AoE support unit, cleans up. So no. You could. Okay, so we saw one person try something in China. They played Arcanist Morgana. It was some cookery, right? They played Morgana plus Alawi, and they played Morg primary plus like support Lux and other thing like that. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. It didn't work out though. That person got like a 5th or something like that. But it was an interesting line. But in general, Morg is not really a primary. In this scenario, can you just FF? I don't think they're allowed to FF. I think they can like technically you can sell board. He could be like, I'm gonna sell everything to look for Kaiser 3, but you know, if all you have on the board is Kaiser 3, you lose anyways. That's like effectively an FF. You can do that. Oh, this guy's playing Teemo 3, by the way. What are the numbers of each champ in the pool for each tier? There's what's the command? Exclamation point pool. There you go. There you go. I mean, Ash 3 just wins. Not much to think about. GG. No one held Ash. How do you feel about Hui? He feels like a printing bot. I mean, he's still good at applying like Morello. In fact, he's actually like the ultimate utility champion. Like, you want to give him... Like, you ever get Obsidian Cleaver? Like Bis Hui is like Obsidian Cleaver, Morello, like Chalice. Something like that. I don't know. He can actually do a lot of work that way. Shojin, yeah, but then you're not putting Shojin on your other units. I'm assuming that you don't have the ability to like have infinite items. If you have infinite items, you put a mana item on him. But I'm just saying, like, you want that Shojin on like Azir or like Lissandra. Like, you're like, okay, second Shojin, I want that on Azir and Lissandra instead. But yeah. All right. That was game 2. Let's go into game 3 here. Just a sec. Champ dupes don't count towards the pool. They do until they're pulled out. Until they're maxed out. So if this so basically if Xunge was trying to roll for Ash, and then let's say he has 8 ashes and someone else has 2 ashes, then the duplicator pulls from thin air and gives an Ash 3. But if he uses a duplicator and he has 8 ashes and someone else has 1 ash, he pulls a 10th ash. Oh wait, I missed the portal. Sorry about that. We're winding a little bit further. And we're there. I just want to see if potentially the portal can give me some info. Some crucial info. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what info. It looks like an augment, like something in the front, like either prismatic or gold augment to start off. Like prismatic prelude or something like that. Can it be a one-trick Kane this batch? Not really. It's actually really hard to one trick anything this patch right now because like the closest thing you can do I think is one trick Ash, because Ash can play a bunch of different boards. Kane can't play a bunch of boards. You can play. I've seen Kane only do well in Heavenly, as well as like a Sage Flex that hits a bunch of Kane, or Ghostly, like 8 Ghostly. I lost an 8 Ghostly Kane yesterday. It one-shot everything. One tricking is also kind of that's another thing I think some people don't like about this patch. You can't really one trick. It's very hard to. And like, believe it or not, one tricking, the possibility of one tricking is important in TFT. That might be kind of a hot take, but I think it's Prismatic Prelude. The reason why that person won with 8 Ghostly in the lobby, I got second that game with a strong Ash board. I think he won because it was like a spatula start. So he had like double. He opened up Ghostly Crest and then he had made a second Ghostly Emblem, and he was always just ahead. And he hit like 8. He hit like a reasonable board, and got like 8 Ghostlies. Got further ahead. He pushed a 10. He won that. I think it's important that every patch in TFT gives something for the one tricks. I know a lot of people who like want theoretically best TFT be like, no, don't, no, you can't. You know the meme where it's like the angry nerd is like, no, you can't like do X, and there's like the Giga Chad blonde haired man who's just like, you know, me Kaisa. It's like that. Also, but it is funny because one tricking becomes really hard at high level. Unless it's extremely broken. This is a random augment, I think. As your moves is it the 4-2 augment into a different round? Oh yeah, he's gonna get an augment at 2-6 now. Or 2-5. I think that I think one tricking something that isn't blatantly OP like Yone, for example, last like 2 patches ago, is actually hard to do at high levels. I remember back at TFT Summit, Mort kept getting mad when the players weren't being flexible. Yeah, I mean, okay. Being flexible is a really cool skill to have, but at the same time, it's also it's also like one of the most overrated skills in TFT, because like being flexible is usually what's needed if things aren't going well. It's like saying like it's like saying you're not a good pitcher unless you know like 10 pitches. You could also you can also be like a badass pitcher that has like 2 good pitches, like Mariano Rivera. Like you're not like he's not a worse pitcher because this dude was like a 2 trick. Are there 10 pitches? LOL. Yes. Come on. You think baseball is that shallow of a sport? There's not even 10 pitches? Come on. No one is saying that. Yeah, you're no one is saying it here. But there are there are people who have extreme takes like that, yeah. Hey, I'm European. How should I know? Okay. Okay, well, I don't watch much soccer, so I'm gonna be speaking out of my ass. You know what? I'll just stick to I'll just stick to my American references.
他是想玩纳尔吗？应该不会吧，应该可能还是过渡一下玩天降吧。琉璃这边的话，如果拿物尽其用的话，这边装备全弱了。
Gold tier augments. Ooh, berry treasures plus cybernetic bolt. That's some good synergy there. Soccer? What is soccer? It's what Lionel Messi left from Europe to try his next hand at. He graduated from football and he went to soccer. That's right. He's on our side now. And he ain't coming back. He went to the harder sport. Lionel Messi finished an easy sport, European football, and now he's taking on a harder sport, American capitalism. Very few people win. Very few people win. In fact, it's arguable that you never win in that game. Okay, we have Gambler's Blade. He could slam Shojin or IE, still kind of stay open to Kaisa. Gambler's Blade is kind of a little bit of an awkward item because it's not really, it's not bis on anybody, and it's not even like that good on anyone either. Like you could probably play it like as like a he used to be good on Bard because you can go like Rage Blade, Gambler's Blade because he just wanted pure attack speed, but these days Gambler's Blade is just like a tempo gold generating item, and that's about it. Like late game, you just put it on like Lilia as a third item, or like give to Lissandra, give it to like a random Hui. You know, you're just not super excited for it to be like one of the 3 good items on your main carry. Okay, buddy, you're going too far now. You guys should be happy. You guys should be happy. The dude's gonna become a billionaire. Shouldn't he be rewarded for all of his great achievements? Shouldn't he be happy? Like, dude, he could have taken Saudi money. Already is? Okay, now he can be a trillionaire. You don't know. Third? What the heck? Third augment at 3-1. This is the third augment and it's prismatic. Dude, they have 2 prismatic augments, a gold tier augment at 3-1. This is insane power spike. What the heck? Tiny but deadly. That's why Ronaldo will always be second. Yeah. Exactly. I actually don't have any. I have no skin in the game. All I know is that Ronaldo was like the most followed person on Instagram for a while. And he was like the only like footballer I followed on IG for like a long time. I'm not super cultured on European football, but it's pretty hype. You know what's sad? Well, Nar 1 is sad, but you know what's also really sad? The fact that they literally dropped billions on sports, like they dropped billions on Tiger Woods and Live Golf. They dropped billions on like Mbappe and other people. They offer esports $500,000, and everyone's like, "Yeah, awesome." It's like literal pennies on the dollar. That's like the worst part about this whole thing. It's just like literal pennies to them. And it's just like, oh shit. $2 million? Sign me up. It's amazing. Hedge fund. Someone took hedge fund. 3 trash treasure players in this lobby. 3 trash treasure players in this lobby. Someone took accomplice and lucky gloves. I don't think that actually works together. Well, like it does. You get both of them, but it's like I don't think Lucky Gloves affects Accomplice. Brother, I'm taking 500k. I mean, yes, by all means, I understand. Listen, I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm talking about the sad state of affairs for the industry. The industry is in a bad spot. The industry is in a bad spot, and we did it to ourselves. It was only a matter of time before that ended up happening, before other things, because we already sold out. Like people are like, "Oh, you're going to the Esports World Cup? You sold out?" Yeah, as if like not taking infinite cryptocurrency sponsorships and literal gambling things, or like other very sus sponsorships in the past wasn't already compromising us. It was always inevitable that we would do something like this. We were so desperate for the VC money. Not TFT. Okay, kind of TFT because of the Esports World Cup, but before Esports World Cup, not TFT. Not a single player is playing for the dollars because there is no dollars to be made. Who's playing TFT for the money, man? We're broke. Like we're making reverse money. You know what it takes to compete in TFT? You have to take Mondays off from your job. You make less money, man. To play an Open Cup, you have to literally make up an excuse to not show up to work. You're not playing for the money. Rageblade Kaisa. That is Rageblade Kaisa that bad? Actually, you know what? Flancy's doing it. I wanna. There's a couple players that I always hesitate in China. If they do it, it makes me think, wait a second, am I wrong on this? Is Rageblade that bad on Kaisa? He's saying Rageblade on Kaisa 1. He's transitioning over to Ashe, right? That's why. He's transitioning over to Ashe. That's why he's playing this as a transitionary piece. I mean, he held on to trick shots just in case, but looks like he's going to Ashe. Are you planning to co-stream the Esport World Cup? Currently, not on my radar, no. The reason why I say currently is because as much as I'd love to take a Mortal Grandstand, if they literally offer me life-changing money, I don't think I'm in a position to say no. I'm about to have a baby. I'm just being very honest about it, but I think that the reality is a lot of us are hypocrites in some ways, but some of us also have to draw lines in the sand, so it's up to you. If you want to draw a line in the sand, I respect that. If you're like, hey, I can't afford, like some TFT players literally can't afford to say no to that, right? Because they live in Argentina, they live in like other places where money can go a really long way. I totally get that. I'm not in a position to be like, how dare you, you're a terrible human. I think people who are in that position, who get to draw on the line in the sand, recognize their position of privilege. Also, I think it's nothing personal about anything about like where you're from. Like it's not about like whether or not you're Saudi Arabian or anything like that. There's a lot of people who deserve to get a chance to compete. TFT is for everybody, I believe. It's not just for people who happen to have governments that people are okay with. Whoa! Birthday present into Lissandra too. I mean, this guy's pretty good at TFT. What the heck? What? This guy, what the heck is going on here? So yeah, listen, if you wanna draw on the line in the sand and you want to say I don't support that and I don't want to support people to do that, I think that's great. I think that's awesome that you're able to take that stand. If you're also like, hey, I can't afford to, I totally get it. I'm not trying to play both sides. I'm just trying to be real about it. I mean, this guy is just a beast, man. He just straight up like double leveled with hedge fund birthday present into Lissandra 2. You know what? Level to 10, give him another Lissandra 2. Why not? It's not even an option in Europe, really. We have paid time off for X days, but we can't really take unpaid time off whenever we want. I think the format needs to change. I mean, I don't even think that's an unpopular take. I'm out here saying, you know what? People should be compensated for their time. I mean, that's like it's like the most basic ass thing of all time. I don't think the format for TFT is currently optimized for people who aren't no-lifing it. You know who can compete right now in TFT and fully put their minds to it? People who are who are excessively free time because they're doing like university and or they're like between stuff, they're deferred year, like students who have free time and not a lot of responsibilities, or literally like early retired millionaires. Because if you're later in life, you still have other responsibilities like family and stuff like that, but you have to be young enough where you have no responsibilities because of like different family and stuff like that. And you have to be financially secure enough to not have to worry about the ramifications of competing in a game that gives you no money as a payout. Malala is well set, right? This dude won Vegas and the World Championship. Like, by all means, Malala has put in a great year. Like, he is an exception. You can't just be like, well, Malala. It's like, no. He's not. He's one of like 2 people who have ever done that. But yeah, like I think those are the 2 primary demographic splices that are able to compete in TFT right now, but with their full on attention, and that's just not really a group that I think we should be only selecting for. And we just keep watching this guy play Lissandra 2, but he's about to lose to an R3 player. Okay. Tiny but deadly martyr Nar3. Wait a second. This guy is 1 more loss potentially away from going 8th. We're birthday present Lissandra 2. He might actually go 8th. He also might go first from here, but he also might go 8th. I would love to work for a company I feel passionate about. I have to support my family, and big tech makes the most money, so that's where I'm stuck. I mean, I think many people feel the exact same way, and the fact that you're able to engage in a hobby like TFT, I think is good enough. Like, I think if you want more out of it, you're like, hey, like, I really want to compete. Like, that's a dream that you can aim for, but I think what you're doing is totally fine. Supporting a family should be the dream, man. Supporting your family and taking care of your loved ones, that's the real dream. Everything else is extra. Can he survive the Annie 3? I mean, surely his board isn't that bad. He can't win any fights. Like, this is Hui 1. Rakan 1. It is trash to treasure, so it's a lot of Ornn value, but oh god. Oh, Rakan cast it again. Oh no! This guy went 8th! How did that happen? This dude hit Lissandra 2 at 4-1.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
He went 8th. Hey, does anybody want to make more Dogs Day? Clip that and send it to him. He's gonna be like, oh. Because the thing is, man, everyone is so convinced Lissandra is so broken. He hits Lissandra 2 at 4-1. That's like, it should be good enough. I mean, if you want to make more Dogs Day, clip it and send it to him. Mark's TNT, thank you for the prime. That's what. So the next time when someone's like, it's not even that good, man, sometimes they're right. It's not even that good, man. I guess if you say it enough times, it ends up being correct. Who is Mortdog? In math, my solution. In geography, my world. With a Rage Blade, no combat augment. I mean, you're right. I mean, Rage Blade, no combat augment. But like, if Lissandra truly is as OP, like, come on, you don't. If someone hits Lissandra 2 in that spot, it feels like 8th is. I don't think you expect to go 8th from there. In fact, that's probably one of those games where you're kind of embarrassed, and you hope that if they had an option to pay, if you could pay RP to wipe games for your match history, I think I would wipe that one for my match history. That one's just kind of embarrassing. I don't know. Like, it's not because he should feel bad, but it's just like, I don't want people to see that I went like 8th, like 3 rounds before anyone else went 7th with a board like that. wipe the books.
这个得拿个青铜刀吧，其实。感觉前排有点小脆，这边那
Do you think he built Gunblade? He would have won that fight. Maybe survive.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I don't know about winning the fight. He looks like he lost by a lot. Neo, thank you for the tier 1.
好顶级啊，这还是猛毒的，就鬼畜也。
Thank you so much. I do feel obligated to tell you guys that anyone who's subbing now, I'm about to go on a vacation. My wife and I are expecting a baby. Our delivery date is next week. And so I'm not going to stream a lot in the upcoming, after that, it's probably going to be a few weeks. I will do my best to earn it back in the future. Because I'm actually pretty consistent with my stream. I usually stream like 26 to 27 days of the month. So I'll earn it back. TG Kindred. Oh, we lose those? Man, Ash is kind of good, huh? Buddy, it is not a vacation. Why does everyone keep saying that? You guys are spooking me. Everyone's like, it's not a vacation, man. Oh, you're gonna be sleep deprived. It's like everyone's trying to warn me. They're trying to warn me. They're trying to warn me. People mean it. They have good intentions. But like everyone keeps telling me that, man. Double Morello. Morello, Kindred, Morello, Orn. Good luck, Frodan. Going from 0 to 1 kids was the hardest for us. That's what most people say. Usually, like, after you do 1, you feel like you have a good grip on doing 1 and 2. 1 to 2. Oh, Eternal Winter, anyone? No, no one has it. Diamond Hands, that's pretty good. Cyber Focus TG is also potentially really good. I'm also becoming a father in a few months. Any tips for the prep? Well, it's really funny. Well, usually it's really funny because all classes and stuff that I've been reading is like I feel like they're really scrapping hard to try to give you like things to do as the father. As the mother, they have infinite tips. But as the mother, everything is like summarized as like just be there for your partner. And like, you know, prep the usual stuff, like do the like, you know, get all the supplies, get the nurse you have things, like plan all the stuff, learn how to do the car seat, like all the like the usual stuff. But like it's so funny because so much of the instruction is like trying to just tell you in like 100 different ways, just like,
man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Just like be there for your wife or be there for the mother. It's really funny. Man, this Kindred 3 is it's taking good losses at least. Also, this is the second game that he's played it. Revive Demons, thank you for 3 months. How did a birthday present hedge fund guy went last and the 2-star Kindred guy has 30 HP? Is because of tempo. The person that was playing hedge fund into birthday present was purposely losing to hope to win out, and the other Nar player was just playing a consistently strong board. But I mean, this person's gonna die. Like, I think the fact that he's contested like 6th, like if you can squeeze out a 5th, I think 5th is like his max placement. 6th is like okay. It's expected. It sucks. Have you tried the size Sage comp? Who's the item holder, or is it just remake Zyra? I have tried it. In fact, I was the person proposing to add it, the TFT Academy. And so the build that you're seeing is the variant that I played specifically, and the one that I've seen other people play as well. So yes, I have. You should check out tftacademy.com. I got you, Kuguya. Didn't Raptor show you the build first? Oh yeah, totally. I'm talking about Okay, there seems to be a belief that Dish Soap adds all the comps to TFT Academy. And he does add some of the comps. I add comps too, you guys. I contribute. I'm not there just to explain Dish Soap. You guys might be thinking that I'm just like, damn, this Frodan guy is just like he's like a content pirate. All he does is just sit there and look at other people do stuff. I'm usually the one adding all the new comps, and then Dish Soap's like, okay, here's like the way this like is played and optimized. Although, okay, the way the tier list started was I said Dish Soap would do all the S and A tiers, and I would do all the B and C tiers. But ever since then, it's been mainly like, you know, adding comps, stuff like that. And usually I'm proposing to add comps, and then he usually signs off. Lilia 3 was a good addition. Yeah. Okay, for some people know about this story, but one time I was adding Lilia to the list of comps, and I accidentally clicked Lilia 3 instead of just Lilia. Like, if you click on top of the portrait, if you click on a certain part of the portrait, it activates Lilia 3. And I accidentally did that. And some people thought literally that the guide was to go for reroll Lilia. And there was a group of people that were trying to reroll Lilia in their games, and they actually hit. And there's a channel in the Discord server that's like testimonials in TFT Academy, like the testimonials, no ad. And some people were like posting like, man, you guys are so smart. I went for Lilia 3 and like this comp is broken. And everyone was like, whoa. They actually took it seriously as if it was like a real suggestion to go for Lilia 3. That was funny. And I was like, oh yeah, that was great. Anyways, I'm gonna update the comp now. It's too contested, man. The tech is leaked. You can't hit anymore.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
What does Trash or Treasure play into? Kai'Sa's the most common line right now. She uses so many good of those. Just so many of those artifacts. Bullet Train, thank you for the prime, buddy. Always good to see you around. Trying one last time. What's your opinion on Zoe Galaxy? Where it's odd levels only? Do you reroll 3 costs or pray for a win streak fast 9? Usually the latter. Right now, you don't want to reroll 3 costs. You don't want to reroll 3 costs. You can reroll like Aphelios and Faded. Faded would probably be the one line this patch I'd recommend playing at level 7. Because you can play Thresh 3, Aphelios 3, and actually like even win the game. But a lot of people are going to go to 9. The other thing you could do is go for like the Jenna, Zyra, Diana, Zoe, Soraka setup. AP hot girls, as some people call them. Wait. 8 Kai'Sas. You could play that at level 7 because it's a composition that actually wants to roll at 7 because you want 7 units in. And you have like a mix of 2 and 3 cost odds. You could play that. I don't think it's as good, but you could. If you have like Enter the Dragon, good Janna items, or if you have like 2 healthy as a good exalted for it, things like that. Dude, he's printing so double gold collector. My god. Porcelain Annie, Porcelain Lilia. Porcelain Lilia is very good, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows or hasn't heard that before. But if you get a second emblem, you can put one on the front line and one on the back line. Put on Lilia. Is a Loon Yone reroll trash? Generally, yeah. The only time you ever play that comp is usually in Midnight Siphon with Yorick as the headliner. Or Hero Augment headliner, wow. Would you guys like a portal where headliners come back? Like a portal at 2-1 or at 1-1. It's like headliners are part of this game. What does Diana do in AP Girls? She's the tank. She's the tank. You need someone that the biggest problem with Janna, Zyra, AP Hot Girls is that your frontline sucks. generally speaking. Like Diana 2 is so much worse than Diana 3. I mean, it should be worse, but like Diana 2 like basically does nothing, and then Diana 3 actually can like really take punishment. It's such a huge jump. So like you're oftentimes kind of at the mercy of your front line. Guys, it's just a portal. It happened like once every like 30, 40 games. Oh, Kaisa 3. Dude, 3-star forecast, man. What do you mean reroll's dead? 3-star Kaisa, 3-star Ash, 3-star Annie. What do you mean you guys reroll? Reroll's not dead. 8 Ashes. Wait a second. I would love to see Kaisa 3 versus Ash 3. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Now all of a sudden, like Kaisa 3 versus Ash 2, I sleep. Ash 3 versus Kaisa 3 though. Wait, why does it look like Ash 2 is actually doing kind of work? Oh. Oh man, this guy came dressed to play. This guy stood on business. What? Dude, I love that. I love players who dress up. It's as if it's like they're in a job interview or they're going to church. It's 3-star. You can play 3-star Riven as well, but she's not really a tank. She's actually like a bruiser, damage dealer. If people wondering why I take screenshots, I post like if anybody misses part of it, they're like, what was being played? I usually post stuff in like stream notes of screenshots. This is from yesterday's games, for example. Just so that you get like a sense of like what's happening in other Chinese lobbies, because you can't look at these results otherwise. Flancy needed those points. He's now at 12 points. Dude, Xunge 113 like a beast. Like a beast. Dude, oh my god. Oh, that's not good. This guy went 888. Technically, okay, so in China format, you can still play for 6 plays. If you get 3rd to 6th, you go to the losers bracket. Top 2 from both groups go to the finals, so there's 4 players, and then 3rd through 6th plays the other 3rd through 6th, and then they have 8-player lobby, and then take the top 4 from that, and that's the final lobby. So if your 8th plays, like normally in other formats, you have nothing to play for here, but he can actually play if he goes 1-1-1, he can actually play for like a spot in the losers bracket. I think that's good because this person has nothing to play for. He can just grief whoever he wants. Like he'd be like, oh, I don't like Flancy. I can just like hold all his units or something like that. I don't think he would, but he could. Hey, it's Philip. You guys are kind of mean. What the heck? That's not Philip at all. I found you through your YouTube channel. Thank you for the educational videos. I learned a lot. You're welcome, Momo. Anytime. Anytime. If you guys like my YouTube videos, I'm going to crank out a lot more during paternity leave. I might do one like every other day as opposed to one every 3 to 4 days because I'll have nothing to do. I'm not streaming during paternity leave. So I'll probably be doing more YouTubes. More YouTubes. I'll probably just like put a guide on everything. How to play Ashe, how to play Kaisa, how to play Riven 3. What happened to the YouTube co-stream? Oh, the problem was that... Being chilling. Sorry. 大家欢迎. Sorry, I'm Chinese. I can make fun of my own language and culture. The problem with the YouTube co-stream was that 1, it split the community, and 2, it actually affected the channel in a way that was kind of bad because some people who sub to my YouTube, they don't want notifications on the live stream, and then YouTube kind of reacts off of that. There's a belief that YouTube actually gets affected, like it affected like YouTube algorithm stuff like that. And so basically it was and there wasn't enough upside. Basically streaming to YouTube was more costly to me because I needed to do things around it. Like when you go live, you have to make like a thumbnail for it, and the YouTube stream like not doing enough to justify stuff like that, like random costs of it. Yeah. Just in general, like It was an experimental phase, and the summary is that I will do YouTube stream for big events.
其实还好，这夺命小英雄，就感觉
Like this
好像
weekend
其实也没有会掉特没有会掉特别多血。
is like a cup, but when I'm doing like the big co-stream productions, I'll probably do a
这
stream.
边选择的是银精彩。银精彩的话，在之前如果古董比较强的时候的话，其实是蛮受欢迎的。对，这版本的古董，这版本的古董还是有点难，因为不一定有特别多的装备，而且你后期4个回合真的等不及，主要4阶段的节奏太快了，这样的基础牌子版本都不好递。
By the way, Frodan, I had a game today where my Syndra didn't win 3 stars instead I had 3 Syndra 2s.
第三个来个那个3个装备的什么字？
Oh, that might have been like a timing thing. Like that usually only happens if the game you didn't click it fast enough.
感觉还是得动来。
The game is weird. There's like a
如果不是多装备，
there's like your units need to like do a Dragon Ball Z fusion dance. Like your units are Goku and Vegeta, and they have to do like the fusion ha, right? And like it actually takes time. And if it gets interrupted and the round starts before it, you don't get the 3-star.
三军团
对啊
搞个什么4、5个虫子，还要有黑切，有重伤，要求太高了。
How to position? Oh yeah, do more like how do you know what the best board to play? Yeah, I'm down to do some other
迅哥这边
YouTube video formats.
大棒，有个鬼配合，或者和日炎。如果要考虑完寒冰，就是和日炎。是的，银质古董
Silver,
他可能考虑啊。
fine vintage.
选秀是有奇遇的
Dude,
但是只有一个
fine
奇遇
vintage
奇遇未必是装备。这边还在考
Oh,
虑
wait, I missed what the portal
因
was.
为奇遇太少了，只有一个还是选秀，当然未必也未必。
Oh, component anvil? No, wait,
主要是
someone
有
already
一个
typed
选秀
component
奇遇太多的
anvils.
奇遇真能考虑一下。他这边
Did anyone catch what portal it was? I missed it.
小张这边是黑铁资产，4块钱加1个装备。偷偷银汤石都可以吧，应该不会拿药剂石，偷偷会好一点。偷偷两对，这样的话3个人口3个贾克斯给贾克斯呗。好，行，极限拉上去了，也一样。
Something like strongest board, 2-1 strongest portal would be so lit. That is something we actually are exploring
不会出问题的。
as a possibility for doing things for TFT Academy. I don't know about strongest portal per se because that's like a really hard thing to do. It's always subjective, but
是的，安妮的重伤毕竟挂的也是。
because it depends on the patch, right? Like this patch, Darius is much better than a lot of other things, but if they nerf Darius next patch, like is it actually good? It's kind of hard to do, but that's some ideas we kicked around.
这边其实瑞文可以吃个公主吧。两星大了。
Is Fine Vintage good right now without an obviously heavenly game? Some people think that you can play Fine Vintage in Story Weaver.
真的眷顾应该是。
Because Story Weaver works really well if you play around the Giga carry around Kale, like give her a bunch of support items.
反我这边也是一个金钗，勇敢巨飞是联合抵抗。
But a lot of times people just play Fine Vintage in just the usual board. So if you're playing Heavenly Kane, just play Fine Vintage in Heavenly Kane. Kind of like Heavenly Yone, right? Like you would play Heavenly Yone and then you would get like Banshees and Aegis and maybe like a Shroud and a Locket or something like that. You can just play it like that and then play 3-item Kane. Like don't convert all of your options into it. You can still play like Kane with 3 items and then just give like a bunch of support items. You could also do. Wait a second, this guy hit Nar. Oh, he has caretakers. He has caretakers. You could also do Fine Vintage in
装备了。考虑另外一个问题是，其他质量会不是很高。
Silas, sorry. But I don't actually know how good it is. Basically, the reason why is because Fine Vintage gives you support items that really make melee very strong because you can get things like Banshees and Lockets and Z's and you can like stack them all. And you can basically give your like melee carries like a ton of power because they can utilize all these different support items really, really well. But the Silas one is untested, so don't like do it with the and I do not assume liability. Do not try it at home.
先拿大剑，叶刃可能觉得重要一点。没问题。
Who's the best player in TFT?
拿个布甲是一个泰坦。
Whoever hits Lysandra first in my lobby.
泰坦的削弱其实对纳尔来说还是蛮。
I mean, right now, if you were to go based off of recent results, Malala, it'd be hard to dethrone Malala.
他的百样收益要
A lot of people believe some contenders to the throne are Setsuko from North America,
想
Huan Mei from China.
应该还是得合吧，万一后面 哪怕把这些夜用卖了都行。其实想4年
EMEA folks might say like double 61 from France.
合理的，我可以给的，但是唐安会跑啊，会不会跑？没跑，可以换一次。
What up, Tengoku? I'm watching this until the NFL draft. Sounds good.
哦，这边是选择了没有和。
What is the Silas board? The thing about Silas is that Silas doesn't actually need a specific set of things. It's just that sages are a common and cheap way to play the board.
哦，还是
But you can actually play Silas in a bunch of different ways. You can play him in Bruisers. You can play him in Sages. You can play him in Heavenly. You can also play him as an off carry with Kaisa in the Trickshot Bruiser, for example. There's a lot of different ways you can play Silas.
螳螂1配卡嘛，1配卡后面，其他后面应该是没有。
Which I don't think a lot of people like to hear. When you say like what are the ways you can play X? People want to have a definitive answer. You play
攻速
Yone and Kane with Heavenly. You play Zoe and Story Weaver. Like they want to hear clear, definitive answers. If I'm just like, well, it kind of depends. It drives people nuts.
在现阶段应该还是蛮肉的。他这个是有墨汁印。
Volibear turning back the clock.
绝佳正义。
Wait, Volibear Mirror in stage 2.
哦，这边先拍出来了。
What batch is this?
险胜。要是对面
That's a 4 streak with Volibear. I mean, Volibear still can do well early, especially if you get Ink Shadow items snowballing.
着火了。
It's just that Volibear falls off
进个一本鬼书。
really, really fast. Really fast.
挑战莫甘娜。
I would say that if they're the cool thing about Silas is that you can kind of one trick him. But the thing is, if you one trick him, you're going to have to adjacently learn a bunch of other characters. You're going to have to learn how to play Silas with Kane. You're going to have to learn how to play Silas with Kaisa. You can even play Silas as a secondary in Ash. You can play Silas solo, but he's not as reliable. Silas Morgana is the Sage variation, right? So you can play like Silas, and that's not even talking about the 5 cost. You can actually have him do with other things like that. So if you like one trick Silas, you're actually going to learn a lot of other different things.
23也是好的，23再咬一次。吃一次嘛。
How is he 5 streak with this board?
这谁玩得过你啊？
Band of Thieves tempo.
今天的迅哥有点猛烈了。
Band of Thieves Kabuko too. Maybe he rolled perfect items every single time. It is surprising. This looks like a pretty weak board.
一波再去咬个6了就可能有点大。
He's playing 6 Fortune, stage 3. What?
这一层吃完，
He's turning back the clock. He's going to go for a Fortune stage 3 lose streak.
可以上满质量。第二波的话就得观察一下。
Why is Silas suddenly so popular? It's because people
他还要学。
it's kind of like when you're in high school, you you end up falling in love with people who are just around you, but those are the only people you ever met.
刷掉。
And then you go to college and then you meet Silas and you realize like the commitment you made to Ash in high school is probably not going to last. Because then you just realize that like Silas is just sexier. Boom.
因为他反正已经稳3了，上完口就他这个还算是联动的。是的。就是装备爆的一般。那有个问题是装备怎么办？只能请求野怪跟选秀对自己好一点。主要他现在要给上去啊。那就分一分嘛，攻速签。
What is this comparison? Okay, basically what ended up happening was people just knew how to play Ash because she was comfortable and familiar. She's an AD carry, and you slam Rage Blade on her, Last Whisper. Like, how many times have you done that? You've done that since you've ever grown up. Like when you play TFT, learning how to play Ash is like the first thing you've ever done. So like you just know how to play it like the back of your hand. And she was good and she was strong, so everyone just spammed it, not even looking and expanding out of the world. But you finally decided to, like, people are finally starting to notice that there's actually like better forecasts out there to play around as well. Like, there's also really good options, but like everyone just gravitated towards Ash because that's how they knew how to play the game. And like Silas is like a harder carry to play around because he's an AP melee carry, which is kind of unusual. Usually people don't play AP melee carry that's like simultaneously like burst and sustain oriented. So he's kind of a harder unit to unlock. But he was never like nothing changed. Like the meta hasn't really changed. It's just that people like didn't really like people didn't really know how to play anything because Ashe was so easy to play and so dominant. So people gravitate towards the easy results. And so we found one innovation with Ashe, which is to play her with the Invoker package, and then everyone plays that. And then like the Heavenly Kayn stuff, it was like basically plugging in Yone for Kayn, so that was that. Like we knew how to play these builds. It's pretty easy. Like instead of Yone, you just play Kayn. It's a Reaper. And instead of playing for Reaper, you just play Morgana. It's pretty easy. Sylas is a much harder carry to play around. Much harder. And that's why a lot of people who might play it right now, you might actually be queuing up Sylas and you might be failing. Or you might see other people play Sylas, you might be failing because it's not easy. He's a really it's a much trickier carry to play around because he can get punished by bad positioning, and also based on the items and the setup you have, like how you play around him as a dual carry changes. I don't even fully understand it myself. I'm talking as if I know it all. Like I don't. I'm still figuring it out myself, man. I'm still figuring it out myself. I'm very confused.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I need to call up Ashe and tell her that we need to take a break. Is he talking about TFT? I promise you, most things that I talk about always find a way to relate back to TFT. Dude, why is it like every Gnar player has like this guy has 8 Gnar? Oh, he's playing caretakers. I see. That's right. But he I guess he's still, you have to find so many natural Gnars. It feels like when you take caretakers, you find so many extra copies of it. Like you get 3-star Gnars so fast. Yeah, you get like 4 or 5 extra Gnars, but you still got to find the 4 or 5 other copies. It's just crazy, man. Look at that every 6 months. Ari gives you 150 HP, 18 AP, or 15 AD. Okay. Is LDP good? It can be. It can be. The problem with LDP is that your positioning becomes really predictable. And also, sometimes you need to move and you need flexibility on it, and you just can't. But if you're playing things that... And also, a lot of people are dual carrying AD/AP. So, like, let's say you play long distance pals, Ashe and Lilia. Do you actually really care about sharing the AP and the AD? Not really. Someone said long distance pals could theoretically work well in Sylas because you are tagging sages to like Sylas and you just give him more AP. I thought that was interesting. I haven't tested it myself, so it's all theory. This guy playing Duelist? He's playing Duelist in the mid game. Mid game Duelist is still pretty good. Faded Kayn. I asked earlier, but I was busy with the co-stream. What changes Lissandra do you think they should make her more balanced? I think they just didn't need to buff her HP. Honestly, I think if her HP goes back down and they reduce like a little bit of her stun time, even if it's just 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds, I think it's good enough. What I don't want them to do is make Lissandra such a joke that buying her is bad. It's nice that 5 costs do things, right? You should be happy when you see a 5 cost in your shop. That should be something that's a nice moment. That should be a spike of dopamine. You don't want to roll your eyes and be like, well, that's useless. In previous sets, we had 5 cost that were just like, well, can't do anything with that. In set 10, it was like Sona. Sona was like nerfed so hard that like you found a Sona, you were just like, no thanks. Like in most, unless you're playing like Disco. Unless you were box, then you were like, oh yay. Where are you seeing it?
血几乎就白掉了，
Are you talking to me?
应该是被断了。
Prismatic.
幸运头头
Oh, this looks.
这边
I'm just gonna go ahead and just
知免，勇敢去飞拿了一个
call this ascending augments.
运哥拿了一个
Fortune. He pushed his luck. Xunge pushed his luck. He went 6 streak into push his luck.
Flancy
He rolled a 3.
绝对是
That's insane. Wait, Frodan, you're saying they shouldn't completely thrash her like they did with Hui. At least Hui still has utility, though. You gotta admit, Hui is still really good for one thing, rerolling 4 costs.
但是这个幸运偷偷在这个阵容有点
Like, finding an early Hui is still not even bad.
装的，
Because you can still print stuff, right? At least he has that.
对文都是投输装的，是的，
Sona, like, you found like an early Sona last set. You just like, what did you do with it?
5.5
You put items on her and then you would cry.
是的，这边遇到了小张一个
Oh, God.
蛮好的一个天降啊，这边2星瞎子跟2星凯隐都有了。
Wait, is our Fortune? Oh, we're playing Fortune?
有点一般了，这个连败没吃到，因为他当时最早的时候他就合了个2星瑞文，可能没有注意到。
Actually, he might have cashed out. I missed it.
把6波吃满的话是还可以的，没吃满这种就是血也掉了，经济优势也没有。
Favorite 5 cost to toss in the con that doesn't need 1. Lissandra.
这边 Flancy 已经2星的辛德拉了，
Lissandra. We're rolling for Faded. Ooh, Syndra Faded.
想递奥恩吗？
You don't see that every day.
他是要递什么呢？哦，或者说3星垂直，破剑者可以。
Faded Kane.
包括这边只递到了一个
Whoa, like actual Faded Kane.
莫甘娜也没2，
And he has a Reaper with Kindred. Okay.
包括这边的经济好像不是很好，而且同行
That is some cookery. That is some cookery. He's playing dual carry Kane and Syndra.
但是这边有个猴子狠狠的炫，
Does he win this fight?
能过辛德拉吗？感觉不太好过吧。
If we have set, we definitely win this fight because we have Omnivamp.
哎呦，控了2手，控烂了，这就是
Huh.
7天降，
I never thought to do that.
有一个
I never thought to do that. 2 out of 3. Oh, it might be an exalted setup.
好像是经常喜欢玩斗士。
Oh, wait. Give him the set. Yes, he gets the set. Oh, amazing, amazing.
叫了，
Udyr's for. I actually think I think Udyr random at 5 cost is not bad. He does a little bit of everything. Gives you a little bit of damage, a little backline access, a little
这
tank.
种最高的上限。
Okay. This board is officially cool.
这题就不一样了呀。
No. Go back. We don't need to see another Ash player.
胆火这边也好对啊，
Go back.
然后玩的是一个神域寒冰，但是这样
AP scaling isn't that good. You pair set plus Thresh, and then Kane gets a bunch of Omnivamp
天涯保障。
and resistances.
对，而且主要是这2张牌是没有属性的呀，它没有属性价值能关。是的呀，感觉这天涯拿得很亏啊。这边那感觉要进来了，
Double BT Titans.
不过剑魔进来了。
That is what many people think is Biss on
那
Narn.
你也扛不住
Double healing
剑
Titans.
魔狠狠的输出寒冰，要切掉了。不过这边沙皇没用，他的海克斯也是。
Can you explain how you feel about Mort's tweet from yesterday with the 4 or 5? I actually did
是通过一把3星卡莎吃鸡。
earlier, but
那这样的话，他这把老八的话，
the summary of it is that I don't think it solves. I think it does 2 things. I think it reduces the chances of 3-star 4 cost, but I also think it's gonna make rolling for 4 cost more frustrating in general. Like hitting the 2-star is gonna be harder as well, and that's a frustration point that they're gonna have to reckon with as well.
全都是好装。
That's like what's so hard about TFT. It's like you might solve one problem, but you might create another one or even multiple problems, and that's kind of what I don't envy being a TFT dev. Someone's like, Frodan, is your end goal to like work at Riot and work at TFT? I'm like, no way, hell no. Because then I have to deal with the nightmare of trying to help fix TFT when it just feels like there's nonstop holes to plug, and then when you put like one finger over one hole in the wall with water, it just like 3 more spout out. It's just crazy, man.
19剑到时候刚好正义血手赢
Are you kidding me?
或者说等夜刃。
And then the worst part, you have to build things on the League of Legends client. Holy shit, I'm pretty sure they wrote something in the Bible about this
这
client.
种情况能不能
Building your house on sand.
真的
Like, I'm pretty sure literally Jesus preached against doing things like the League of Legends client like thousands of years
因
ago.
为如果还有一套装备，
And we still didn't take his advice.
单一个不够呀，其实
Anyways, yeah, I think to answer your question, not that anything I said was related, but I think the next patch 4 and 5 costs it's gonna be a mixed bag. I think we'll see. I think they need to buff the 3 costs. 4 cost, 4 bruisers, 4 trick shot,
Man,
3
I'm getting
story
more dogged
weaver,
again.
Galio 1. Good Kais items, though. Really good Kais items. Oh, we're getting caned. We got caned. Duozu, thank you for the prime. Mort was mad last week because somehow people could move after choosing a portal. Wait, what do you mean? That means that there's something that's broken on TFT. I mean, it sounds like there are more technical frustrations about set 11. Like there's bugs, there's a lot of things that aren't that are happening that aren't intended. And that is like, I mean, like as a dev, that's like a big deal because you just like the game is just breaking and they need to keep fixing it and they might not have the resources capacity to fix it. It might be one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. TFT, for all we know, there might be an amazing amount of tech debt happening in TFT that's just not being talked about. I know in Hearthstone, for example, there's like enormous amount of tech debt that they have for that they've incurred for like constantly introducing new expansions and like new card interactions and animations on top of stuff. It would not surprise me if TFT also had the same problem. But I have no idea. I have no insight into that process. Like this set is probably one of the buggiest sets I've played in a while, and everyone knows how I feel about bugs. I actually forgive balance misgivings much more than bugs. And there's been a lot of frustrating bugs this set. But they're doing their best to fix it. Like the one thing I will say is that they're quick to generally fix things. I don't think and the nice thing too is that there's severity of bugs, right? There's no like astral toggling. There's no infinite reforgers on set to make him invincible from set 9. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're like describing like Survivor war stories. Those are like some of the worst experiences on ladder ever. Just straight up like unplayable situations. People were literally abusing like game breaking bugs for like easy placements. There's a bug that can make set literally invincible, and then a 2 cost set would just be unkillable, and then the person would get first place because of it. So you would just like minus the placement because someone was bug abusing. That was legitimately in the set for a while. Okay. This is a cool board that I've been wanting to see. Why did it take so long to go for it? 7 Fated, 3 Exalted, Kane 2. That is Woksh. Cook, my friend. This guy. We're eating good tonight. No Hull Crusher on the Lysandra, though. Uh-oh. All good. We don't need that HP anyway. She has an extra 200 HP for no reason at the beginning of this balance patch. Boom. Fated Kane. Yo. Hold on. It looks kind of amazing. He's not even taking a lick of damage. He just got focus fired and he went down to 75 HP. That's it. It's looking real good. It's looking real good. He gets 36 Omnivamp and 45 resistances from Thresh. What's your opinion on them not fixing Lucian, not scaling with attack speed to like 2 weeks before the end of the last patch? Wait, I'm pretty sure they fixed that like a few weeks into the sets. I'm not sure that's entirely true. They fixed it multiple times, but I mean, Lucian was good for a large part of the set, I'm okay with that. I'm low-key down for them to rebug Irelia. Okay, probably not. Probably not. Maybe they just buff Irelia stats, but like they bug fixed Irelia and then she was terrible. They had to buff her. But like sometimes not all bugs are bad. Not all bugs are bad. Irelia's still kind of bad. She's not as good as the other 5 costs, but she can still do alright. You guys, Faded Kayn looks kind of sick. I need to look up the Exalted that they play around. Let me see. It's probably you play this line in a specific Exalted. By the way, I am pretty confident that there is a lot of edge to be gained if you sit down and actually think and study the Exalted lines. Just that it's like truly homework. A lot of things in TFT feels like a chore, like maybe looking up stats, but like labbing out and theory crafting and trying out different Exalted lines actually is a lot of work. Okay, this looks like the Exalted. Kayn, Yorick, and Yasuo. Kayn, Yorick, and Yasuo. I'm trying to see because there's also a Kayn that you can play with Thresh, and there's another Kayn you can play with Aphelios. You know what? Maybe you could actually play Faded Kayn in several variations. Interesting. Very interesting. There's 3 variations of Kayn that you can link to Faded. Oh, okay, all right. Man, I learned something today. I learned that this Flancy guy is a god. I mean, anybody who's been watching my stream for some time now knows that I've been gassing up Flancy for a while. The way Bryce goes in on spicy appies is the way I feel about Flancy. Bard and Nautilus are Exalted. Bard and Nautilus? There is no Bard on I'm looking at every Exalted variation. There is no Bard. There's a Nautilus though. Wait, is there Nautilus? Is my brain working? There's a lot of Tom Kench. There's Tom Kench, Tom Kench, Tom Kench, Tom Kench. I'm pretty sure he's playing the Yorick variation because he's playing a Yorick on his board. Oh, Kayn's not even Exalted? Oh, what the heck? Wait a second. That means there's even more variations then. Okay, I was working off the premise that Kayn was Exalted. I see. You're saying that that Kayn is not Exalted this game, so it has to be a different variation. I see. Nautilus with Bard is Yasuo, Yorick, Lissandra is probably the 3 on his. Yasuo, Yorick, Lissandra. That's so fascinating. You can actually play it in that variation as well. Okay, he just lost though. He's losing to the Dryad board, the Dryad Exalted. Dude, how broken is Gnar? Is Gnar just the best comp in the game? It's like winning so many of these CN lobbies. I think Gnar's just a bad matchup versus Kayn. Like, Kayn has a hard time dealing with Gnar because he has so much HP, he can't burst it down, and then everything else survives. So I'm pretty sure Gnar just farms the matchup. Like, Gnar is really good into melee carries. Really good into melee carries. Top 2. Another top 2 for Flancy. I need glasses. I thought the guy on the bottom right was TF Blade. Oh, man. I wonder how players like TF Blade would fare in a game like TFT. I don't think they would last very long. Those guys have some of the worst. Like they're cracked at League of Legends, but they have like terrible mental, absolute terrible mental.
从弱侧进入，先杀一些。
随时被丢了。
Here we go, Kane faded. I mean, second's pretty good.
已经准备开始打锤石了。
Maybe Syndra ramps. Wait, we're getting Quicksilvered.
放出了第二个技能。
Got potted.
森林有一个问题是森林
Wait.
这种高莲花
Here comes the Kane.
玩具啊
Whoa! Wait a second. It was a positioning dip. It was a positioning dip. If you get Gnar stuck on the thresh, it goes both ways. Gnar Kane can't kill Gnar fast, but Gnar can't kill Thresh fast. And so if we ramp up, maybe the Syndra can get too strong.
还真是因为逆上卓的第一套打到锤石之后，把锤石丢到后排，其实半血之后也没有意义。
是的，沙皇他的 AOE 啊，清场能力还是不错的。
Okay, we have Exalted Nautilus and Bard. I'm pretty sure it's this variation.
丢了个护盾加
I'm pretty sure it's this variation. Yasuo, Ysenna, Yorick, Bard, Nautilus, Lissandra.
上两个兵女，
多上个兵女。
他就觉得是对的，那他就不考虑这个问题了。这波可以拿个什么装备？红吧，这兵女的逆上卓，那不这个兵女的这个鬼术基本上
I mean, Azir item here is fine.
沙皇。
就当启动用了。
Okay, Nashor's is not amazing on Azir, but
感觉一个沙皇一个纳什，他能打的输出也有限。
better than
感觉
anything else, I suppose.
这波大到那技能啊，他这波没有大到凯因，我以为大到凯因，凯因上是有水银的，但是好像
Set, cast it onto the Gnar. Says cast again.
水了拉打不过这个
Oh shit! Setsu just went toe to toe with Gnar and 1v1'd his ass. Yo, what the heck? That set went crazy. Like, forget Kane. The real threat was Set.
在第四局中，成功以一个怕碰的连环
Man, Flancy's too cool.
吃下这一击，也是为
那
自己的。
这样的话他的分
And he cooked this game. He cooked.
是的，也是有机会这个。
I love it. You don't really see much innovation within the 7 Faded line. That was dope. That was dope. Like the fact that he was actually trio carrying with Set and ramping up the Set with the Kane. Like the Kane helped him get to the end game board state. Oh, he also played Baboom, but isn't Baboom really good with Faded because of Aphelios? I wonder if it's good because of... Oh, wait a second. Kane casts again? Because he spins twice and then gets Baboom value?
升到了10人口，然后拉出了上限，只不过可惜确实不敌。
Oh. Wait, is that how it works?
天降凯隐
That's
这个牌，他8技
Oh
能的这个牌
man.
其实确实挺好的，只不过后面确实没有决出。
You know that Pepe frog? Do I have it enabled on my chat?
第四名是勇敢去飞的。
Yeah, I do. This emotes, that's me right now.
搭一个2星的刀妹，
Whoa.
感觉还是
Oh man.
没有太高的道
That's me right now.
继续第4。这边我们看一下积分榜，第一名信哥的28分，虽然刚才没有吃到分了，但是也是吃到了第5名，也是有4分的这么一个。
Kane Baboom is a 3-point. I mean, yeah, but I meant like it makes a lot of sense for like the setup. It's crazy.
刚才就是是不是就在第2名？哦，刚才不在第2名，刚才是这个
8th place ruined his 8888.
掉下去了。
True.
第3名是 Flancy 的
He has nothing to play for anymore.
20分，第5名是勇敢去飞的20分，第6名是
Okay, 2 more games and then
13分，第8
and
名
we'll
是
see what happens. Rewind a little bit. Let's rewind. Where it looks like we're choosing Scuttle Puddle.
是，那你
Okay.
这用它开了，又不如用掘木不开。
Scuttle Puddle. I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
这个现在的强度是远远不及2星诺手。
舵手确实一直统治云顶之1、2阶段，下次更新就会被削一点。这确实得削的，骆驼一直太强了。你说你2叶优这个基班呢，你几乎只能在2阶段看到，或者是后面拼尊者才会有，不然的话都没人开。但是这个2叶优在2阶段它又很强，特别是骆驼也很强。
是的，
已经有一张小炮了，
选择了刘小炮，看来是想往极星那边靠，应该不至于想往决斗靠吧。
一般来说3费极星还是留一下的。但是你非得说能不能玩，它有个分裂直接合了吧，也能玩。
那我感觉应该有点想不开了，如果这么做。
可以过图的，这个图肯定不过这个图的大家诚信度高到后面觉得有感觉不删也没用。
是的。
甚至不是说三雄和小炮，是得三系瞎子。
就得3四费。
对。但其实能连胜的话还是可以的，
游神的盟友，
游神还是可以的。
其实这版本有很多2费卡，它都是可以确定体系的，但是他直接打古董了，勇敢巨飞，这是今年第一次有人这么的选择。
国血图不太经济，可以去上人口，然后2阶段有2个奇遇，还真行，合理。他这个拿的是
Fine Vintage，
可以拿的，这个是没问题的。
这边先变一个头盔。
Fine Vintage. Send it. Wait, what? I just went to the bathroom for a minute.
他应该是想留那个石头人。
我的意思是留个把那俄罗伊曼留个提莫加老登嘛。
那他就是单纯的想换一只怪。
看他很难换，有机会但是。
Fine Vintage at 2-1. There are 2 encounters this stage, so maybe you can get items here. So he gets two encounters with different items. Stage 2, he might get like components. The best thing you can get is like Zyra, which gives you triple augments or triple items. You get like 3 tiers, 3 rods, 3 swords. Treasury, where you get like items from Janna or Diana, the Dragon Lord. So we'll see. If there are multiple encounters, it might make sense to actually go for Fine Vintage. It might actually make more sense. I've already narrowed down the Exalted to 5 different... Okay, all right. Exalted Zyra. Exalted Zyra. Yone, early Yone. We have a Latent Forge. We have Latent Forge, helps on the way, Fine Vintage. A lot of delayed augments. Buried treasures. Pumping up. Yep. Basic stuff. Is a number of encounters per stage random? Yes. But there's a minimum of 2 encounters per game and a maximum of 5. You can't have fewer than 2. This might be another... Oh, Lee Sin! Is that a radiant? It's a radiant item. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. Okay, all right. This guy's gonna get a radiant item. Radiant Rage Blade. Oh, he can play Bard. Oh, he has an even shot, though. Oh, shit. Radiant BT? Isn't that... I mean, it's not the best item on Kayn. Because I was going to say the best item on Kayn, but it's Edge of Night. Edge of Night is the best on Kayn. Radiant Edge of Night. I just want to say, if you have never seen Radiant Rage Blade on the Shen hero augment, then you've never lived. Radiant Rage Blade Shen is so cool. Hey, Frodan, any way in which you use AI for your streaming, analytics, or whatever? AI? Artificial intelligence? There's not much natural intelligence going on in my streaming as well, so what makes you think I'm using artificial one? What's cooler is Ethereal Blades plus Raid Boss, but they stopped that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't use much AI. I use AI to humor myself. My use of case of AI is I have random conversations with Chat GPT, and I make I made a meme about soju. You guys know the meme about soju I posted on Twitter? The little Yachty meme. This one where I wrote Soju pulling up to drop another 30-hour masterclass on the new patch. 5.x masterclass. This is what I do with AI. You're asking me what do I do with AI? This is what I do. I transpose images of my friends onto videos that are green screens, so that way I can make fun of them publicly on Twitter. That's what I do.
可以奔着高人口去找你的上血。
其实光装备的奇遇对于他那个古董来说是有一定隐患的，因为你像这种光影血的，
I would love to incorporate more AI. I'm actually a fan of it. I embrace it more. I'm just
有些怪他处理不掉。
I'm too stupid.
没有拿虫子也可以，现在拿虫子没带。
Find vintage into obsidian cleaver. Okay. Actually, I just realized how insane this is. He got radiant red buff,
没出了他这个也不是很想拿虫子。
which is an item that you don't want to transform anyways with Find Vintage. And the usual one item you care about with Find Vintage is anti-heal. So he got radiant red buff, which is absolutely bananas. This is actually such a good setup for him. His Find Vintage spot just like became twice as good. What do you guys think? Usually you're always like trying to like, I don't want to like not get a support item, but I need to make anti-heal.
就是能不能稳住血量的问题了。这边光影血泰坦加血手，
很棒。
其实血手
Holy cow, BT Radiant. Radiant BT on
血手都还挺强。
on Nar.
因为森林是自己有生命值的，然后凯隐是他本来自己太厚实了。
Anyways, I would like to learn more about AI. The way I like to do things is just experiment, have fun with it, and I naturally learn more about it. So I would love to incorporate more AI stuff. I think it'd be kind of fun.
那这把的纳可能会删的特别快啊。
是的，经济也好。
You're friends with Soju IRL? Yeah. At least I'd like to think so. I mean, I'm not like Soju's best friend. It'd be kind of weird if he said I was his best friend, because I feel like we don't. We like talk, but we don't like talk that often. I'm in his friend circle, but I'm in like the outer circle, right? He has like the inner circles, like him, Precedent, Milk, Kiyun, right? Those folks. And there's like a ring 2, and I'm on ring. I think I'm like around ring 2. That's like me, Bryce, so on and so forth. Like we're like in the adults, the adult corner. Yeah, but we're friends.
Oh wait, what's Frodan doing?
Silver 3-2. How about another fine vintage player? How mandatory do you think Quicksilver's on Gnar? Not super mandatory, but it helps a lot. It helps a lot. We've been watching, how many Gnar games have we watched today? And all of them, none of them have QSS on them, and they've won. Or got got second. Like Gnar is very much good enough without it. Falio Potato or Phalo Potato. Thanks so much for the raid, buddy. Radiant BT Rage Blade. Blue buff Morello. Is this Kane? Dude, everyone's playing Yone. Dude, is China love one cost Yone? I mean, they're using Yone to get the Kane. Okay, Latent Forge. Oh, it kicks in next turn. Latent Forge and helps on the way comes in next turn. Anyways, Quicksilver I think is really important in this meta to like fight the Lysandra and stuff like that. If you don't have it, I think you can succeed, but it's harder. It's harder versus the Lysandra matchups. Isn't Yone like a unit that scales hard off of items? So because he has Radiant items, it might be more appealing. I mean, Yone scales off of a bunch of stats. Because he has like all the AP. He has like 80 AP and attack speed scaling. So yeah, you're right. Okay, we have Lee Sin, Lilia, Syndra on carousel. Nothing too crazy so far. I want to see the Fine Vintage player. I want to see what he hits. I want to see if he's playing Fine Vintage in a regular comp or just straight up Heavenly Fine Vintage. Kiana 2. Shojin. Okay, he's going to transform that. I actually think his spot is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Fine Vintage really struggles a lot until you start hitting your critical mass of support items. The problem is silver augments don't really give you a lot of items, so that sucks. You kind of want to hit like a prismatic level of items so you can get Fine Vintage value, or something else that can really compensate for it, like Tiny Titans on silver is alright. Gives you time. Radiant Rageblade Kog'Maw 2 with Last Whisper. Oh, we won. Another Aegis. Okay, okay. Rakan. Better than Lee Sin. Okay. Okay, this spot has now gotten a lot better. He just needs to hit a reliable 2-star carry with the red buff and the Obsidian Cleaver. Even Tristana 2 would be a massive spike. 5 Story Weaver mid game. Wow. Dude, Radiant Rageblade is so good for a lot of these like low cost carries that all of a sudden gives them such an immense amount of attack speed they can actually generate enough DPS. It's wild. The unit that benefits the most from holding Quicksilver is Gnarless. Oh, those are like fake stats because you just have extra items, so you just end up like slamming stuff. Like you might put Quicksilver on like Gnarless in like late game situations on Lysandra, but those are like naturally survivorship bias because you just get extra items. Don't read too much into those kinds of stats. Play rate matters a lot. He gets a masterwork upgrade. He can go for double rating items. Oh man, this lobby is crazy. This lobby is crazy. Scuttle Puddle plus prismatic orbs. Plus like a radiant encounter. Like, okay, most people know what's the best item on Ashe, but do you guys know what the second best item is on best radiant item? Like, this is what it's quizzing. Do you know that? Probably like Radiant Last Whisper. Oh no, he has Even Shroud. Maybe Radiant Runins. I don't know. I'd probably just make Radiant Runins here. Last Whisper, but we already have Even Shroud. It feels bad to make Radiant Last Whisper and Even Shroud. Maybe you can reforge the Even Shroud. Call to Chaos! Yes! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Call to Chaos. Heart rate 107. Do it. Yes, he's doing it! Oh, he rolled this. Veg. Golden Egg? Oh. Veg. Man, these players are kind of veg. Where's Flancy, man? That guy's playing woke stuff. Where's my boy Flancy at? Back center Ashe. Mix up. Oh. Radiant TG, except he did it mid-fight, so he doesn't get it till the end of the fight. Oh, that's awkward. If you upgrade a Radiant in the middle of the fight, you don't get it till the end of the fight. He's about to get TG after the round's over. He'll like appear on his bench or something like that. Those are like bugs. Not bugs, but like those are systems in the game that are like, they're like kind of clunky. 2 heavenly emblems. 3 heavenly crowns. Never mind. 3 heavenly crowns. Arm assist. Prismatic ticket rolling for days. Oh wow, what did he? This guy just wants to hit the D key.
没有的话，这光头头的收益有点太低了。
是的，
This dude just wants to hit the D key.
感觉保命装有点过多了呀，这血手加夜刃，
感觉如果
Who holds the Thieves gloves? You can put it on like Annie.
就光以比较血手
Melee, like Silas is really good with it.
血手可以给猴子，
Oh, what is happening?
啊，这个装备确实很硬。
Bro, these canes just keep healing up nonstop. It's so wild. They have so much stats in Omnivamp. It's just so hard to predict what's gonna happen, man. This is just ridiculous.
水银合理一点。
This is just silly.
你不如夜刃，你带夜刃的话，那你就得血手就最好就换一个。
是的，水银的话主要是
Doesn't it drop in the middle of the board? I mean, it you saw it like popped off the unit, but it's all good.
是的，
Xunge is a she. No, I think he's a he. I think Xunge. I think Xunge is a guy.
其实也没啥压力了，
还真是，
对吧？
确实，
Last Whisper Wukong.
对，两条命。
I think that's a decent holder if Wukong has survivability.
他甚至还有个尼克没用9级啊。
Okay. Level 9. We made it to 9. Heavenly, Fine Vintage. We made it to 9.
军团。
Tristana 1 carry. Okay.
但是如果说你有重
Aren't you supposed to put these items? Well, you're supposed to put these items onto Irelia,
战95嘛，
but wouldn't you just start to put items onto like Rakan? I feel like Radiant Red buff,
爆啊！他这3件真的就直接
Obsidian Cleaver Rakan is entirely reasonable.
的炫，
This dude is he'd rather carry
好像点掉了，
Tristana 1. He's greeting for the Irelia. He's greeting for the Irelia.
是的，杀人剑，
He won. Okay, never mind. This guy's a genius. He doesn't.
除非你有什么辅助，
He already knows.
加一些抗性，不然真的很脆。
对，用完除非
Working out with set makes you
彻
bigger.
底洗浴，硬控大家。
Oh. One, two.
哦，染金小炮了，
Okay, my legs.
这也合吗？这也合吗？
没有刀位啊，那咋办嘛？
你看在
I did deadlifts,
游戏惯例，当你合了这种
and now my
递一下嘛，你递一下我看一下。
I started doing deadlifts again because I've been only doing squats for the most
对
part.
他
哦
知道这个东西，那为了避免恶心自己，先补地。
还真是，他起码
Deadlifts are the worst.
那1块钱不亏。
It hurts so bad. They're like really good workout, but like I hate doing them.
这个3军团的话，还是加很多战力点。前12秒。
Aren't those items amazing on Arcana? Agreed.
现在有点没输出。但是对
How can you tell who is who? Well, username slash you just kind of recognize them after a while.
过去了，
It's like how do you recognize the different TFT champions so quickly?
如果不被控
Like how can you tell the difference between Zaya and Kaisa? And it's like, well, you just look at it enough, you can kind of tell.
还真行，这波钱很多，卖了吧？
直接吃进去
然后他。选择俄罗伊卖了，对了，小炮滚，小炮真的也卖了
应。该确实可以滚，但是很稳健啊。
Duplicator.
这个东西其实他递到猴子之后，2个童子都够。
ZZ
这里可以
Rots?
拿筒子了，已经可以拿。
Is it too late to start taking ZZ Rots? Probably not. You can just take a ZZ Rot. It's totally fine.
2个童子有逆上卓，其实都很。
Gives you a lot of frontline.
这五阶段的筒子，
Also, it looks like multiple people are playing Irelia.
这边爆了
I mean, it seems like China knows. Irelia in Heavenly is a good way to cap out your late game.
装备
Wait,
开始抢猴子什么的了，会可以化装备啊。
Irelia pair.
拼牌了，
Not good for the Irelia player. The Heavenly player, rather.
所以不合了。
Pop these items. Morello goes on
这里要不先考虑装备怎么开吧？这4个东西开出来，感觉也要选一。
Rakan.
感觉其实他是不是得那个把刀妹的那个挤下来了？
Nashers. The Nashers Morello Rakan. So then who do you put
的落
Hodge on?
他应该是不起了，这样的话。
蓝 buff 的猴，
Soraka?
这个奥文
Also, I think the items might make a difference this fight.
不太好，他给战士带好一点。
他没有，好像没有怪人带，主要是。
Never mind. Nar stuck. Nar stuck.
给不了人啊。
If Nar got past the
对，
Orin,
蓝 buff 正义嘛，这已经在准备。
there's a possibility he turned onto the Kane and then won.
但是就是
Interesting. Who does he put like blue buff Hodge on? Oh, he's maybe looking for
落挂鬼
maybe looking for Lysandra.
都挺质疑。他
他
放进的
大人
放菜版，
他可能不精准，他大人最多。
3 Exalted. Ash Silas.
嗯，
The nice thing about new recruit is whenever you take new recruit, you should always be thinking about playing exalted if you can.
随时就是射题的位置嘛，随时是遵守。
I mean, Xunge knows how to play. This is making me think that he's pretty good on this badge. Like Xunge is playing reroll whenever he can. He's also like playing these really good 8-cost board, or sorry, 4-cost boards on 8, getting to 9 consistently, playing around exalted. Like he just has a good beat on things. Xunge's back. He actually kind of went through a phase where people just called him washed.
你看到现在都还没有。
Fraud, you know, like he went through his own phase of like being called washed in TFT. He's back, man.
也行吧。
不过这边战力也够了，已经着火了。
Oh yeah, Wukong. Yeah, my bad. Blue buff Wukong. Duh. I thought he had Wukong on this board already.
虽然他彩色的是新人入队，但是他那两个白色的。
You guys are right.
对，
然后新人入队也不全是说，他也不全是混子。
新人入队的话，
Blue Kong. Blue buff is actually so good on Wukong. It, like if you can get like a setup with Wukong with like
都会了。
blue buff BT Edge of Night, he's actually insane.
而且这版本追3试费也容易嘛。
对。这个凯隐。
这凯隐确实有点太瓜了。
Soju hasn't gotten out of that phase since Dragons.
就是没有就伤害。
What are you guys talking about, man? Soju still like on average, like yeah, okay, I didn't power rank him, but he still makes it to the top 16 of like every tournament. That's pretty good. Out of hundreds of players, that's pretty good.
哇，又来一个。
Orn items.
这要是
No Eternal Winters.
收集者加破防直接给到刀妹，不无敌了吗？
People asked like, can they nerf Eternal Winter? But they did. They did next patch. They're introducing 20 more artifacts. That's nerfing Eternal Winter.
不拿了呀，这两件就是刀妹定制版。他刀妹给的其他装备吗？
他刀妹是不是给了那个偷偷啊？
Will there be a Whist Wednesday next week? I want to, but next Wednesday I'm going to the hospital because we go to the hospital on May 1st and May 2nd is probably the delivery day. So I'm probably not going to stream next
破
Wednesday.
防也留了。
直接留了，留一件就留两件。
Unless you guys are like want me to stream from the hospital, in which case I don't think I can because the Wi-Fi is pretty terrible there.
都变一个就够了，变两个了就很对了。
啊，这个三军团两星。
This guy can actually win out. This guy can actually win
两
out.
个吹风在对面的 C 位，
Whoa! Corner Zephyrs.
这把的装备还不错
Nasty.
看他拿个百宝袋，就等于拿个辅助跑酷了。
Man.
就是你得有军团，有军团就压力没那么大。你要是把这三个军团
Why the hospital? My wife is going to give birth next week.
都很难稳住。
是的，
Wife in labor, Frodan next to her streaming TFT. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
这还是变得那
My wife is a trooper. She's very supportive of me doing TFT. I don't think she'd be supportive of this is 3 of 1 component, by the way, I think.
塞不下
I don't think she'd be supportive of me playing or like streaming TFT, doing China VOD reviews during the birth of our baby.
他有没有头长？
也有装备的，
那就
就可能还是随便拿点装
The
备能。
first the name of my firstborn son is Flancy.
这边假个都带了一个头头。
装备有点多。这边应该是塞拉斯是准子。
Future TFT pro. If TFT's still around, maybe you never know. The thing is, I wouldn't want to push him to do what I do, but I want him to do something he
塞
loves.
拉应该不会跟贾克斯一起。
Oh my! What are these Zephyrs, man? You have to, it feels like you have to kind of put Ash in the corner for sniper value, but like just bottom center her sometimes.
打
Dude, he's just catching all of these Ash players with their pants down.
打得动啊！
古董哥这边
Also, what is this little legend? Can someone explain what this little legend is, man? Like, what is this atrocity? It's like a giant walking fish.
打得动啊！
古董哥这边好像是拿到
What is that? It's like a magic carp with chicken feet.
刚才我记得他只有一个魔卡，应该是拿了3个魔卡。
Oh, Taylor's in chat.
确实吃了这一把。除非
打的古董太对了，就是整个。
You know, it's like it's a baby boy. What is the Silas Bruiser build? I randomly rolled Bruiser on a Sentinel and got the augment. Oh, 8 Bruiser. Yeah, 8 Bruiser, Silas plus Sages. 8 Bruiser, Silas plus Sages. Or you can play Trick Shot, or you can play Legendaries, or you can always just play 2 Lissandras. Or 3 Lissandras. Why not?
但是好像没什么人能太了呀。拿装备给石头人跟螳螂。哦，石头人2星的，需要一个2星的猴。哇，这把装备真多呀。
That's a bird, not a fish.
螳螂。
Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me.
太满了。
I'm not an expert in ornithology, though, so I will defer to you.
没有叶刃，它不好规避，容易被人点到就。
Chat, who knows everything.
到了古董哥，
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like these guys are just getting Zephyred
两只
for no reason. Also, the fine vintage player is gonna win out. He hit critical mass. He just wins the game.
甚至已经有一
Fancy
些
wins
会被
6. That's okay. He's had some good scores
他
so
现在已
far.
经战力已经拿满了。
是的，
当他开出2个传说之后，这把
Orn
就拿下了
Mythology.
这
All
边
right.
是几张新的啦
Someone time out that guy.
5张，那没事。5只的话确实有点不行。
5只，这没钱的5只真不行吧？
It's like a 2016 April Fool's skins or something.
不过有血量，
The bird thing? The fish bird? Chicken skin?
装备也没人带了，现在。
对啊，他就去开虫子。
Oh, we got the Lissandra with the Zephyr. This guy's been on point with the Zephyrs. And his greed has paid off. He put red buff Irelia. Like, in the end, he definitely like greeded enough. I was just like, man, I feel like just on a 1 is not that good to like win fights because he needs to win those fights, and he did. So he knew it better than I did. Like, I would have like moved. I would have been so tempted to move the items from just on a 1 to a Rakan 2.
等着打7只，
But he's like, nah, these are Abyss on Aurelia, which is like kind of hard to disagree with. 3 Exalted, 4 Porcelain. Oh, this is the Xunge board.
对的，多个薄木也好。这边要打勇敢去飞，
Dad joke equals bait. Yeah, because I'm not a dad yet.
确实防到了，但是应该没什么用，还是被碾压。
Also, why do they call them dad jokes? Dads can be funny.
我感觉伤害不够啊。就你说打天降阵容，他这个军团加蓝盾会导致你前面你换不了怪，你换不了怪就不行。
Okay, Xunge ends up losing
他
here.
的怪全冲过来之后就顶不住了。
勇敢去飞也这个很敏锐的察觉到了，已经开始卡新的拉了。
Coach.
甚至我感觉，哪怕俊哥
I mean, I think dads can be funny. I don't know. Oh, a porcelain emblem.
但是有个青花瓷，如果6
That's
青花
not-
瓷的话，那说实话有机会哦。
That is no joke. As soon as you're dad, you instantly get dad humor. Sorry to tell you.
这边狂怒的杀鸡，
I guess so. We'll see. Maybe I'll still make you guys laugh once or twice, genuinely, instead of resorting to low effort
打勇敢去飞
wordplay and puns.
有没有角度？13滴血，
Porcelain Azir. Interesting. Okay.
13滴血的话，最多被入1只，但是没有防吹。
Dude, can we just stop getting Zephyr? Like, he's literally positioning him on the corners every single time, and then he just keeps getting caught.
6青花瓷在天下面前也是玩具啊。
Okay, he probably loses anyways, but like you wouldn't lose by as many units. Okay, maybe you know what? They probably just like we lose anyways. Whatever, it's fine. They don't care. They know they get clobbered anyways.
这里应该是可能要双杀了。辛德拉的话
Is he playing Irelia over Lee Sin in the fine vintage board? He's playing both.
给了吧，双杀了吧。
Playing both. He's playing Lee Sin for the Dragon Lord,
好变态。
and he's playing Irelia because she's the best carry of like the anti-heal stuff. And Irelia actually just needs time before she can start like really ramping up. So heavily fine vintage works really well for her.
装备就都给了。
People need to stop running the smear campaign that Irelia is really bad. I get it. You guys don't want Irelia to get nerfed again.
军哥也是。
Might be some carryover legacy from League of Legends where like
那么恭喜
there's a period of time where Irelia got nerfed like all the time.
自古董这么一个
Irelia's not that bad, you guys.
成功吃鸡。这把一刀哈奇遇
We're at that point where someone puts Irelia on the board and they're like, whoa, Irelia.
后面甚至都已经给不下了。
The problem is that dads need a form of humor that their very young children can relate to, so all the standard subtle stuff or body subtext doesn't work. Dumb puns are all dads have to work with. That's true. Also, they're just tired. So making dad jokes doesn't require that much energy.
对，就很容易。
I think they're just exhausted.
都基本上都很
It might not be that deep.
好的，那么也让我们
We'll see how tired Frodad becomes. All right, coming up on the last game. Screenshot Areno. Heavenly Fine Vintage. Okay, so far we've seen Ash 3, we've seen Ash, Kaisa, Faded, Heavenly Fine Vintage. A good mixture of stuff. Xunge wins the group. He's up by 6 points. He would have to go 8th, and this person has to go like 1st to get caught. Second place advances to semifinals. So we really need for these players, they need to outplace this guy. So anyone 21, actually 21 is going to be out, is unlikely because you get 9 points for it. It's probably within these 4 players. And then what you're playing for here at 15 points is a spot in the top 6. Like 3rd to 6th plays in the losers bracket. So Carry still has a spot to play for. Carry still has a spot to play for.
是的，顺延出来，迅哥进，迅哥进了之后就顺延一个复活3名了，对吧？如果是
对，是的，发3个自然之力什么的。
When do jokes become dad jokes?
光明赐福、梦幻金冠都有。
I'm about to find out.
光明赐福好呀，光明赐福有可能出一些很爆的东西，什么2个金妮口啊、3个自然之力什么的。虽然概率很低，但是还是习惯看到这种。
This one is I think something to do with radiant. Is this like radiant items or something? Radiant blessing. Dad here with 2 times experience combining to a solid 10 years. Our humor is beyond a non-dad's comprehension. I mean, it's true. People like roll their eyes at dad humor, and then you spam Pedro in chat, and they think it's like the funniest shit ever. Like, oh my god, a raccoon! Light blessing. Okay, yes, it looks like radiant. It looks like radiant blessing then. Like, you know what? Your puns are so lame. Anyways, Pedro. Like, okay, yeah. Please hit me. Please enlighten me with your very cultured humor. Truly top shelf. Man, I'm already becoming a dad. I'm already saying kids aren't funny. Look at that. I mean, it's a very cute raccoon for sure. Iron assets. Fine vintage, bottom right. This guy wants revenge. That's Carry, I think. Carry's playing for a 1st. He needs to get a 1st, otherwise he can't get in. Liu Li. Fine vintage for Flancy, dude. Fine vintage. These guys are gamers. Fine vintage gamers. I don't know why, but I think dad jokes are funny. Maybe I don't have good taste in jokes. No. It's jokes is all subjective, man. Some dad jokes can legitimately be really good. Are any of you guys World of Warcraft fans? I'm pretty sure a lot of the foundation of what made World of Warcraft really charming was like dad jokes. Like a lot of the wordplay and stuff like that in WoW are like dad joke level humor. But some of it's pretty good. There's a lot of pop culture. Yeah, but it's also like very punny, silly dad humor type stuff. Is WoW even good these days? I don't know anymore. I stopped playing. I only played WoW. The most I ever played WoW was during Legion. Bis Ari. Last Whisper Ari is actually good though. Ari's a really good item holder for AD units at the moment.
这边强化符文，迅哥选择了运力不足，酱油兔子选择的是黑铁之塔。Flancy 跟
Don't bother. It hasn't been good since Legion. Oh, well, yeah, that was the last time I played.
勇敢去飞是一个1-2-2-3。
Okay, we got 2 golden removers. Fine vintage, latent forge. Fine, another fine vintage. You know what the cool thing about TFT is? It's like it's so different each set. You can just keep trying and coming back. It's not like you miss out on a bunch of content. You come back. I come back to WoW or something like that. I just feel like I missed out on too much. Like so much to do. TFT, you can just like leave and pick up kind of where you left off and just be lost and then that's it. It's kind of a self-confined thing. WoW is hard for beginners now. Old players still have fun. I don't know much about WoW, but I do remember that learning it was so cumbersome. It was like so hard.
光明赐福会给很多钱吗？
有可能会有钱的，
反正我给的少一点遇到的。
大多数都是装备你扣着的。
是的。还有什么偷特别多。
How to play around Radiant Blessing is loose streaking more prompted. If you're playing around Radiant Blessing, the way to play around it is to do either loose streak early and then try to plan around things based around the 40 HP mark. So a lot of times if you like 8 or 9 lost, you'll probably be around 40 HP. And then you could try to like play for a win streak comeback. You could also play Fortune. I personally think that a good way to do it also is to play win streak and then just scout the people who are lose streaking and then try to plan several rounds ahead. So if you if you scout someone who's 40 HP and you see a spatula or something like that, you can try to you have many rounds to adapt to it. The problem with Radiant Blessing and you have low HP is you kind of have to make a decision very quickly and figure out what you want to do. And sometimes it might be pretty straightforward, like just items. That's nice. But if it's if it's one that gives you like tomes and other things like that, you kind of have to adapt very fast. And sometimes leaves you in an awkward spot. I prefer being more HP and watching someone else cash out than having turns to playing around.
运力不足确实是比较强的一个海克斯。没什么。
Isn't it more about the MMO genre? Probably. I mean, I'm of the belief that I think the right MMO is actually not even if it ever comes out. I personally don't think it's gonna come out. 2, I think if it comes out, it might not even be that good. I don't know. MMOs are kind of hard to get into. It's like how everyone right now is looking for the RTS. And I just think making a good RTS is kind of hard. Not that I don't think it can be done. It's just making a good MMO is really, really hard. There's a lot of I came from StarCraft. A lot of people who've been following me from the very beginning might have seen me cast StarCraft back in the day. I worked with Tasteless, Artosis, Day 9, In Control, may rest in peace, all the greats. And StarCraft is still around. It's still good. I still watch actually StarCraft tournaments. I watched the championship. This Sero guy is kind of a beast. So I still follow StarCraft loosely. But there's a big wave of people trying to make RTS come back. There's a developer from the makers of StarCraft 2 or from StarCraft and Blizzard. They made their own studio called Frost Giant. Some of my friends are working there. They're making a game called Stormgate, and it's just hard, man. There's so many complaints about the game, and RTS players are naturally extremely elitist because they're just they're elite gamers, so they want it to be certain things. People are it's too much like a StarCraft clone. Some people are it's not unique enough. Some people are it's great. Other people are there's complaints about the fundraisers portion about it. That's not what I'm talking about. Then David Kim announced that he's making his own RTS, right? David Kim was the guy that helped the lead balance designer of StarCraft. Is starting his own has his own RTS as well. So a lot of people are trying to make RTS come back. I'm just somewhat skeptical that people actually want to play RTS. This guy has 3 duplicators, by the way. Mini dupe, big dupe. Warden Crest. Again, another Warden Crest player.
就是我的，你们别想了。
Like not every genre needs to necessarily like be revived.
哪怕维解回来护卫转的
But
话
but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I don't think RTS can do well or whatever. I'm just saying is I think it's just really hard.
他先给
I think it's just really
了
hard.
多救赎
People don't want to suck at video games.
也行，
And if they suck, they want to blame it on something.
选秀是有奇遇的。
Like in Valorant and League of Legends, stuff like that, you can blame your teammates. In TFT, you can blame Mortdog.
和涛哥这边的话，
But like in StarCraft, what do you blame? You blame like, okay, like maybe your race, like the faction you play
不然的话
is OP. But you really have to blame yourself. It's really about yourself. And then like people don't want to do that.
那太紧张
If they wanted to be mad at themselves
有没有可能
for their like shortcomings, they wouldn't play video games.
的话，是今天应该是要走一个
They would just look at a mirror.
然后琉璃选择的是小伙伴，
那就
这样不止跟小张都是参天巨人。
那如果不玩的话，那就玩改引，然后做鸟盾这种东西。
I don't see how you can pull an 11-year-old kid's interest with RTS. Yeah, like there's some, but just in general, like you know the biggest problem is RTS isn't social. The biggest problem is that RTS isn't social, and there's not enough of a social element of RTS that's easy to do. That is a way that satisfies the traditional way that people have known RTS to be. Part of the reason why League of Legends was so good at its time was because it was also a social gaming phenomenon. Fortnite is a social gaming phenomenon. Among Us is a social gaming phenomenon. You can draw a lot of big movements in gaming based on the social aspect of things. And RTS is so isolating. You play 1v1 a lot of times.
直接就有本鬼书，
Okay, double components really good for the fine vintage player. Really good.
这没道理不来了，我想拿不干了。
再考虑。
RTS like custom maps that played on community. Oh, that's true. That's true. The RTS game engine made a bunch of custom maps. You're not wrong. That is true. I mean, that's ultimately what spawned this game. TFT is a custom game of League of Legends, which is a custom game inspired by
原是小伙伴，
a Warcraft 3 custom game.
因为他看着像个凯隐，看着像凯隐。
他是天降，我以为他是要玩海里。
You're not wrong.
这边正义鬼书也可以合吗？
Little
其他
buddies.
两边装备都很对。
This is little buddies into Ash.
doing?
So we got Rageblade,
怕甲，怕毛抗，都能
Rageblade, Deathblade, Rageblade, Deathblade.
到在
Saying thank you for the raid, buddy.
43血玩的这么极限，
Oh, Jewel Gauntlet Gnar. Whoa, I don't think I've seen that before.
对呀，早该合了
那就。定了。
对，
8连败吃到。
Welcome, Saint viewers. We're watching the finale of the Chinese semifinals event
就死了。
但是他这波碰了
to
一个
see what the China tech is. If you guys
这个人换，
want one piece of tech,
再空的。
但是
we
他
got one for you.
法宝千绝了
7 Faded Cane. If you get a Faded emblem and you have the ability to play on Exalted, try Faded Cane. It's actually kind of dope.
哦，精彩精彩，
对，他是精彩，我知道他是精彩。
他就是反正刚才可能
China, no, yeah, dude. China loves JG so much they just slam JG on Gnar.
应该蓝盾吧。
Okay, he has Golden Remover. He put it on Kindred. That makes sense. But also for a period of time, he also slammed JG Gnar.
那边是不是别人的呀？是不是别人的呀？
对，这应该是金之古董那边的。
对，这应该是。
Now you tell me. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I found it out just now. Also, China loves playing duelists
也不是，反正没有这个。
in Fine Vintage every single time. They pick Fine Vintage every single game. The thing about duelists is that I think it's spot dependent. They don't just pick duelists like every single game. We've seen it like 4 times, I think, 3 or 4 times
但是
over the past 2 days.
挑不出七贤者啊
That's still way more than I expect. I don't expect any duelists.
其实剪纸
Like maybe a duelist opener, but they land on duelists.
找到妹有点难找。
就是土八级出刀妹，就不管了。
It's very spot dependent though. I think what's coming down to it is I think people are starting to explore the Exalted trait. I think Exalted takes a lot of traits that and comps that normally are kind of out of the meta, and you can play into it. So if you're like a person that doesn't
这个寒冰你的技能
want to play meta, and you're also like
还有未必能秒，它不像天降这种
you don't care about your LP, just try to play Exalted and try to think about your spot as slightly off meta, and think about if you can fit Exalted into it. That's kind of what's going on right now in China. On top of the usual stuff, Ashe is good, Kayn is good, Sylas is good, Kaisa is good, right? like five costs are good. The usual stuff is happening, but it's that plus what I talked about. They are playing off meta stuff, but it usually is exalted oriented.
斗色了吗？
不至于吧？
That seems to be like the big, like someone's gonna ask like what's the tech? Like the tech is
验证正义，
find ways to play exalted, and if you can in a way that makes sense
后面的装备
and can connect to ultimately some of the good things too, right? It's not like you don't play any good units. You still play like a Lissandra.
这应该没道理转斗色。
You can find a lot of success. In particular, I think exalted is what good exalted plus good frontline is what unlocks Irelia.
出当侠，
不对，他也
他已经有张落了。
I think that's a big thing. Who do you pair set faking? Same thing. Thresh plus set.
两色
Because the Omnivamp and the Spatch, the Omnivamp and the resistances are really good on him.
这个还稍微有点这种用，可以跑快一点，跑快一点可以让。
Nothing too crazy. It's just, but the Kane gets Reaper from Kindred. That's the cool part.
然后直接迅哥这边新人入队直接拿下。
Dude.
然后我这边也是新人入队。
This guy just has double duplicator, double thieves gloves.
会被抢牌啊！
小张拿了
Call to chaos.
这边
哇，弗兰西，
Oh, just straight up fast 9.
直接上九，
这什么啊？
包有，
那他这有了呀？
小妹包有的。
Whoa.
这没有
He's going 7 Story Weaver, find vintage. Okay. I haven't seen this in a couple patches.
其他的牌，
7 Story Weaver, find vintage. He's looking for Irelia. No Irelia.
这是天选的。
唯一比这个好的就是70点经验值。
其实
On Lissandra.
用侠会好一点啊，
他可能想流落。
就是他现在先用侠打一波。
啊，那也可以。对，那也可以。他可能是
Call the chaos is infuriating. I mean, it's high risk, high reward in some scenarios, but for the most part, a lot of average Call the Chaos spots are actually pretty good. Ha! Except I watched a couple of St. Vicious games where he took Call to Chaos, and it did not work out very well. Don't worry, he'll beast over the weekend.
有点难画。
大宝石的话，
We watched a couple of games where St. Vicious took Call to Chaos, and I think it threw his game on the spot. He got like 4 emblems, and it was like it was not very good.
直接拿到底了，我说实话。
Gem's acceptable.
刀妹加天使3C，
对啊，侠直接带到底。这波刚刚干嘛
I was playing build different and 4 Yeah, don't
但是
if you're playing build different, don't take Call to Chaos, you guys. Although if you get like double Locket, double Zeeks, it's so good. You know what?
应该是够。
I'm down to just do the usual. Blame Riot.
是天使一个技能抬引其实就神不起的。
被丢了一下。
天使的伤害是确实太高了。天使
他4阶段9级，这个
If God is just, why did I roll 3-star 3 cost on Call to Chaos? You know?
给什么给
Something like that.
啊，刷新也有可能。
Call to Chaos, Heavenly Crown, Final Ascension, Dryad,
感觉都不行。
another Heavenly Crown. Heavenly Crown is really flex. You don't even have to necessarily go deep vertical on it.
或者说4个文章里面给一个剪纸，给一个5仙纸。
那这样想的话，其实他能用的还挺多的。
Build different 3-star 3 cost is nice. Actually, you could be right. If the 3 cost is good, like let's say you get
什么
啊，
三
没有。
build different 3-star
对手什么3破剑的，
uh
确实很尬。
目前来
Alright,
看
let me look at this because I'm having trouble thinking of one. It could be good. Let me see.
但是12层，
3-star
是上9吗？
哦，他2张 Nico 有什么想法吗？难道？
uh
是逆袭。
Alawi, a Mumu, something like that. It could be
那
good.
我猜他应该还差2个回合。
Sorry.
刚刚好这里。
The thing about it is that some of these units are built into the traits. Like a Mumu is good because Porcelain and Warden is also really good.
有一个金 Nico
So just straight up HP on him is not
对，刚好2层。
as important.
然后
But
这个金 Nico
if I was playing build different and I got 3-star Mumu, I think I would just play Lissandra plus like a Warden so that he gets some of those because like he's really, really good with those traits.
他就有一个水银，
But
这边
I regret to inform you that I don't think there are many good 3 costs
我赢了吧，甚至能赢他。
besides that.
哦，赢了嘛？
Soraka is always okay to include.
那白痴了呀！
对啊，他下波再输，其实也就11块钱的价值。
主要涛哥那边没有别的，只有虫子啊。
But yeah, build different wants 4 costs
涛
for
哥那边
sure.
的虫子现在这个阶段还不能发力啊。
Cash.
这边
过了，
珠光的
OK
55层吃了3张5费卡吗？在地，但是没有侠呀，这5费卡。
All right, we got a blacksmith's gloves. You can usually put that on a frontliner. Lissandra's actually a decent user of it. You can put it as a second Lissandra. He has duplicators as
可以
well.
捏了，可以捏的，因为捏别的感觉会很遥远啊，捏了吧。
Oh, he has infinite remover. Oh, that's so good with Capricious Forge. That's so good. With Capricious Forge, you get to select who's the best user of things.
这波应该
Like he should have put these items onto Lysandra. Like you can always remove it and then put this on the correct unit. So he should have put it on Lysandra, but it's okay. APM diff. APM diff.
有一个奥文偷偷，
Also, he's in a pretty good spot to win out.
这边有刀妹了，
Seven Story Weaver, fine vintage.
Flancy 有刀妹了，7减子，
他其实这就已经上10了呀。他这个装备虽然就是没有特别夸张，但是也够用了。
I was once playing Kaisa and got 3-star Bard. Yeah, okay.
俊哥
Maybe.
8级，开打，
Another fortune play. Wait, I said Xunge might not win this group if he goes 8th. He might go 8th here.
确实2个尼寇，录完卡莎那边有。
Oh my god, dizzy.
想偷鸡，
So dizzy.
莉莉娅有机会啊，这张牌是真没人要啊。
蓝发博鬼书可以给了，但是先帝，
Dude, our front line is 1-star Annie, 1-star Ash.
奥文丢个
Okay, we hit Ornn 2. Ash 2.
拿吗？
他没拿什么，
We don't have Rage Blade. Playing Ash without attack speed is playable, but
但
pretty
他眼睛
sketch.
只有314费，没有314费他就是死。要不先上点怪，
Oh, and he TP'd! Ah! It's so horrible. It's so horrible. Oh, make it stop. Make it stop.
但
It's
是你
so
如果打
horrible.
的话好像也死不了。
其实是没必要的呀，你把寒冰丢上去，把地上走。
He didn't kill a single unit.
4、5、6、7，死不掉，死不掉。
Oh, he killed 1 unit.
差2张。
对，他
但
就是是
我觉得他追出3星力量，这样也未必锁得住吧。
他就是孤注一掷了呀，就是耍了呀，这个肯定不要了，只有莉莉娅了。
Okay, Lilia 2. Wait, he's rolling for Lilia 3.
轮子卖了。
打沙走，安妮
Annie 3 is 1 off.
12块钱，能出吗？莉莉娅，
Lilia 3.
你怎么说？
Yeah, that this entire board is just Annie 2, Lilia 3. This is amazing. This is amazing.
这里搞个反，哎，
Holy cow. Dude, if he had 1 extra life,
这边主要是这个。
if he had 1 extra life, he actually might be able to win out.
也没办法，就说白了就搞耍。
Oh man. He already advanced, I think, so it's all good. But like he was first in points, so it didn't matter if he went 8th, I think, but
你们效果拉满了，迅哥。
he read it off TFT Academy. True, true. He actually tried to copy the build. That is why you don't follow the guides word for word, bar for bar.
他好像不止差2分哦，就是勇敢去飞还有81血啊。
You need to think for yourself, you guys. You gotta think for yourself.
对对对，勇敢去飞就是掌握主动权的，他只要自己能够前4，基本上就是稳了。这边要19块，
本来这如果是第3的话，他顺延。
Okay, there's a world where Xunge actually doesn't
有
advance.
复活赛机会，那就会顺延到下面一个。
If Lil Lee,
稳住就
oh no, he can't. He can't.
有机会啊。
He's guaranteed no matter what.
琉璃的话确实他是
He's guaranteed.
有机会复活赛。
35 points and the 3rd place is 26 points. You can't get there.
酱油兔子也是
Does Annie 3 win?
结束了痛苦的一天。
Probably not. She gets ganged up on. She gets CC'd. The problem is if you get CC'd. Like, let's say that Annie gets Lysandra. She is going to be in big trouble.
豪哥这边是刚刚出了3个辅助装备，然后把
You need the team. You need a team. TFT is kind of like
3个军团加那么多虫子啊。
kind of like the NBA. There are some superstars, but you can't do it literally if you're the only person on the court.
去飞这边，
Same kind of concept. It's really hard. The only exception is 3-star 5 cost.
晋级名额了已经。
他这都可以上10了呀。
3-star 5 cost is like LeBron on the Miami Heat. The Heatles era. Or like Wilt Chamberlain back when he was going up against plumbers.
这边没有跟地上
3-star LeBron on the yeah, exactly.
这边是没问题的，只是他的前排扛得住吗？他本来这已经3个军团了，扛不住呀。
Man, I watched the Lakers versus the Nuggets highlights, man. And I watched the dagger of actually did they play yesterday night? Did they play game 3? I didn't watch what happened, but I watched game 2.
这边一眼望去好像有5级。
Game 2 was crazy, man. I just did not think that was losable for the Lakers. They were up by like 25 points or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, the series are tied.
应该也是
That's cool.
遇到强的话就要
Game 3's tonight. Oh shit. I'm gonna watch tonight then. But like I was watching game 2 and I was like, there's no way the Lakers lose this. And like it wasn't even like that anybody in particular played bad. It's just that they like all shut down and got ice cold at the same time. Unreal, man. And Jamal Murray is he's an adult. He's a man. Dude, find vintage 7-story weaver still cooks. Find vintage 7-story weaver. I'm pretty sure people don't play find vintage because it's just too hard. You can like really mess up and get wrecked. Okay, find vintage, CN Tech, faded Kane, duelists. 5 ZZ Rod, find vintage, yeah. Did you watch the doubleheader? Yeah, I saw part of the Knicks game. I'm a Nets fan, so I'm sorry to any Knicks fans, but like you know I'm obligated to hate watch the Knicks. I'm a big time Knicks hate watcher, but I'm in shambles after that game. I'm in shambles. Dude, he has so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units on the board.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
XDD.
He has so many units. It's outrageous. That's one thing for the 2. Wasn't the guy playing? No, there's 2 fine vintage players. The 2 fine vintage players are, well, one of them was streaking. There's other players with 7 HP. This guy, Carey, he's currently 7th in points. If he goes first, he might make it to the losers bracket. In China, top 2 goes to the next stage, and then 3rd through 6th play in the losers bracket. So he's in 7th place right now, playing for 6th place. If he can get first, I think he can get there. So if you're ever wondering what caps higher, 7 Heavenly Fine Vintage or 7 Story Weaver Fine Vintage, you're about to find out. 1 ZZ Rot. Is this guy even trying? Wait, he's still going for 2 more items. He's going for 2 more items. He just got 2 more items. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's also going for Galio 3. Dude, who goes for items in stage 6? That's so long. ZZ Randuin's. Oh, he took Gem. And a ZZ Rod. Oh, that's not Gem. That's Virtue of the Martyr. Team wide. Oh, actually, well.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Kind of makes sense.
Gigakad.
What did you just say? Gigakad? It's Giga Chat. Gigakad. Virtue of the Martyr just hits a bunch of units, like straight up a lot. He has 3 Aegis already, so he probably doesn't need more support buffs. So Virtue of the Martyr just AoE buffs the whole board for healing. That makes sense. Ghost fight. Sage emblem. Porcelain emblem. Oh, he goes for the Rakan. At this stage of the game, you're just taking items as well. Okay, Porcelain player got a Porcelain emblem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 units on the board. Dude, in back in my day, board size like used to be limited. What is this? Oh my god, he's 1 off Galio 3. He's Zephyr the KO. It's fine vintage versus fine vintage. 7 Story Weaver KO. Wow. Okay. Oh, he double killed. 7 Story Weaver fine vintage. Very impressive. Very impressive. 2 Vine Vintage players in the top 3. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff overall. I'm in a screenshot. Oh, wait. Okay. So today, to recap, Xunge wins the group. It looks like Flancy got 3rd. That's okay. So we had Ash 3 win, Kaisa win. A lot of like Heavenly play though. Heavenly. This is Kaisa. This is Kaisa, and then like Ash, Gnar. A lot of Gnar actually. Gnar won the first game as well, which I don't have a screenshot of. This is the Faded board that Fancy played, Faded Kane, which is really cool. Fine Vintage. Fine Vintage won back-to-back games. Fine Vintage busted? Oh, dude with the cat ears is interviewing. It's Xunge, the world champion from set 7. Lissandra on 8 of 10. I mean, she's the best unit in the game. You gotta play Lissandra. Like you just gotta play Lissandra. She's just such a good unit. She's such a good unit. Okay, if you guys want this VOD, I will post it in Discord. This part of the session is over. I'll write CN Douyu Cup Heroes Cup semifinals Group B. If you guys want exclamation point Discord, you can join the Discord. It's free to join for anybody. I'm gonna write. I'll just copy paste this in. Are there scrims happening for this weekend? If there are, I'll watch a few and then call it for today. If not, I think I would just rest and get ready for the weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to be streaming the Tacticians Cup. So you guys can watch me. Rambo will be there. Some other guests alongside I've invited for commentary. Tacticians Cup is the big tournament happening this weekend for Americas, Latam, Brazil, and North America. They can vote influence into the last lobby directly, right? No, that's a different circuit, but like later on. That's for regionals, which is actually crazier. That's actually crazier. Okay, is anyone streaming scrims? Is Setsuko scrimming? No, he's not. Let's see. Are other people scrimming? Arted. I think a lot of people are preparing. Oh, wait, this is actually scrims. Oh, we got some scrims going on. Wait, can I spectate? Hold on a second. Am I able to spectate? I cannot. If I was able to spectate, then maybe I could watch some of the scrims, but they disabled spectating for this patch, which kind of sucks. I wish they didn't. T-lines. All right, we'll watch a couple of scrim games and then call it. No one else of these people are streaming, right? Okay. Let's see, spectating scrims for TAC Cup number 1 tomorrow at 1 p.m. PT. All right. So looking at these scrims, we got Fritz and Cheche. Replay, Darth Noob, top 4. Did we get the fantasy stats? Oh, we did. Oh man. I drafted, oh wait, Bryce drafted Fritz, did he? Or did I get Fritz? I got Fritz. I got Fritz for $19. This is my fantasy team. I'll show you guys actually after this fight. Fritz got 2-star Nautilus with Radiant. Dude, Fritz is a beast. He's an Ash 4-cost flex god. That's the captain of my fantasy team. Boom, baby. So we did a draft today for fantasy draft. Thanks for Sims for helping me build this out. I picked, look at my team. Fritz, Setsuko, Weijin, Prestivan, Michael, and Tila. I got Michael for $1. You gotta be kidding me, man. I got Michael for $1. These guys have no clue what the hell happened, man. I just pulled one over them. Is my team not goated? My team is so good. How much did Bryce pay for replay? $28. But in Bryce's defense, he bid 20 on replay, thinking that Rain Plosion wanted replay, so he bid 20 on it and replay, and then Rain passed. So yeah. Okay, so this is Scrims featuring replay Darth Noob and Rain as the players from North America. We got Kaisa, Zaya. Dude, he's actually alt-tabbed. Okay. Oh, does he lose this fight? Oh, he loses. I mean, his opponent starts to have capped board like Zaya and Kaisa, stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to deal with at this point. Syndra 2 or Lysandra 2 with Lucky Gloves gets Death Cap and Archangels. Okay. You kind of want mana items on Lysandra, but APMs can work. This is Zephyr they used to be mindful of. It's our Latam Doug. I know, it's Fritz, the captain of my fantasy team, man. Dude, look at his scrim scores, actually. I'm covering it. Let me hide my cam. Look at the top left, you guys. Look at Fritz's scrim scores. 16122. 16122. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some LATAM players talking shit this weekend. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, you guys like we're making fun of our diamond players who signed up for the opens. LATAM might sit down, might sit the rest of the world down. The CN. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me fix that real quick. Okay. I kind of want to be able to spectate the games, like, but I'm kind of sad that I don't have the ability to. That's okay though. Tomorrow is gonna be kind of a long day, so I think I might end up calling it. Oh, he's saying he's watching me spectate him. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and raid Fritz. You guys can go hang out with him, and I think I'm just gonna call it here. If you tomorrow we're gonna do the coach. Oh, before I go, I promised Gangly that I would promo the tri-state LAN.
TFT is back for set 11, and it brings with it a new format, new co-streams, and of course a brand new pool of players.
Oh,
North America, Latin America, and Brazil have all been merged to form the Americas, a brand new region. With this change, the Tacticians Cup #1 will feature 128 players from all across these different
wow, there's actually such high
prediction. Now this is a
wow.
large pool of players, and to be honest, a lot of us are not going to be familiar with all of the different players from each sub-region. To fix this, I worked with Pi-Hat and...
Okay, well, let's watch this tomorrow. In the meantime, I promised Gangly that I would showcase the Tri-State versus Toronto LAN that's happening on May 11th. $2,000 prize pool. Replay Voidson, Pokégon Phillip versus Kiyun, Wage, and Iverson, Weird and Pitsy. It's Canada versus the USA. Tri-State versus Toronto. And this is they're both gonna play on LAN. And apparently they're selling registration for stuff like that. So if you guys are local and you want to attend and meet these folks, go check them out. So I'll link this in chat. I wanted to promo this before I go. I promised to cover it on Don't Talk If You Don't Know. I messed up, so that's my bad. I'll play as one last time. If you guys want to support the stream, totally hang out. Otherwise, I will see you guys mañana. Where is the land? I mean, I linked the tweet. Maybe let's see. Let's look. Where is the land? Tactics Fight Club, Toronto versus Tri-State. This is in Invictus Game Station on Yonge Street, Toronto, on M4Y1Z1 Canada. And then this one is at Brookland in Kings County, New York. I mean, that's really cool. They basically have two lands happening, and they're going to compete against each other. The experience is you cheer on Tri-State's top players, enjoy live rotating commentary couch, purchase exclusive like TFT merchandise, participate in TFT bingo, and win exclusive egg codes. So if you guys are near New York or near Toronto, you guys can go sign up. It's like $17, $20. Like, it's not that bad. You guys have spent more on chibis, let's be real. You guys should go. Anyways, we'll watch this. We'll probably start the stream tomorrow at like 12 p.m. Also, I'm gonna have some production elements incorporated. Hope you guys are forgiving of that.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Hi Frodad.
Thino. Thin 0. Sorry. Thank you for the 3 months. Do you need to be added by the LATAM players? Oh, that's right. I need to make sure I have the tournament realm. I need to do that. I need to get tournament realm set up tonight. Good point. Let me see. Co-streamer info. Oh yeah. There's a bunch of stuff I have to set up for tonight. That's part of the reason why I got to end as well. Plus, I want to spend time with my lovely wife as well. Bye, Ramblin'. Bye, Raptor. Check out my YouTube videos as well. I'm going to be doing some more YouTube stuff. Is Rain or Replay streaming? Wait. Is Rainplosion streaming? That would be a surprise because I think Rainplosion is not allowed to stream. If Rainplosion is streaming, that would be kind of news to me. Oh, Rainplosion. Why? Because Rainplosion got banned yesterday. Her Twitch got hacked, unfortunately. They need to revert that under. Oh, also, final thing I didn't mention, check out the new game that my company launched, Rumble Club. Rumble Club is now available on Steam, Epic Store, iOS, and Google Play. It's what I do for my Monday to Friday job. You guys may have seen on my Twitter profile, like, Frodan, what do you do for your job? Do you just do TFT? I'm also a game dev, so if you look at my profile, where's the profile? Marketing at Lightfox Games. We launched a game called Rumble Club. You might have seen people stream it, like Asmongold, Emeru, Soda Poppin', Nick, Pirate Software, Queso, like a bunch of people have been streaming this week. That's part of the marketing plan that I put together, and other folks as well. It's like a silly Fall Guys meets like Fortnite meets Super Smash Bros. It's just like a silly punch 'em, beat 'em up action game available on your phone and stuff like that. So go check it out. If you really love Fall Guys and playing games with your friends, like if you're like the marbles on streams type of folks, it's really fun to play it. People do enjoy it, yeah, I think so. All right, that's it from me. That's my last hashtag Adge. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tacticians Cup. See ya.